demons, die. Sha-la-la-la-la. Why won't you die tonight?
Dark tides have befallen the lands of the men. Our heroes are slaughtered time and again. The archdemon's army stands now awaken, but our paper world is not yet forsaken.
Sha-la-la-la-la. Die, demons, die. Sha-la-la-la-la. Why won't you die tonight?
Behold, someone brave has answered my prayer. Why, it's you, our kind and most handsome player. Hope and delight can return to our hearts. Please kill the demons, but save their private parts. For potions, of course.
Sha-la-la-la-la. Die, demons, die. Sha-la-la-la-la. You better hide tonight.
The archdemon screams and trashes in rage. Sinister schemes go down in bright flames. The traveler slashes, chops, dices, and cuts. He will kill the demons and swim in their guts.
Sha-la-la-la-la. Die, demons, die. Sha-la-la-la-la. Now you will die tonight.
Sorry.
Good afternoon, good evening, good day to you, whenever it may be, wherever you are. Hey G, praise the sun. We made it through another night. And on the other side, there are more games. We've got some demos lined up for today. We did demos last stream as well. What did we play last stream? We played two demos last stream. We played Paper Cut Mansion, which was like a weird, I don't know how to describe it, like mystery, trippy, kinda actiony Paper Mario version of a kinda spooky puzzle game. And then we played Shard Punk Verminfall, which is like a it's like XCOM, but you're always losing, so you're just trying to like get out. And that was they both were actually roguelikes. They both have meta progression. And that was Verminfall. So that was like, she was Sharpunk Verminfall. So it was like rat folks taking over the city and trying to get through the city. Tonight, I think we're going to start with a game called Broken Roads. Rat! Too much rat jam. Too much rat jam. I'm going to hope there's less rats in Broken Roads, but let's find out. Let's see. Let's see how many rats we got. Let's see if we have a game. Do we have a game? Insert game here. I fell asleep before the rat game. That's fair. The Paper Cut Mansion game, I think was like an hour and 45 or 2 hours. We did the whole demo and it took a bit. Um, and then we did all of Shardfall, which was I think like an hour and a half. So I streamed like for 3.5 last time, I believe, maybe a little bit longer. I was trying to get to like an area where I thought made sense to save the game and come back to it if we could, if that was a thing that was allowed in the demo. And then when we got to about the area where I would have saved, in fact, I think if you looked at the VODs, it probably says um, it's not represent the final call of the game. I think if you looked back, I think in the VODs I said like, okay, let's see if this thing can, if it's possible to even save this thing, or if they don't have that enabled because it's a demo. And as I was saying that, or right after I said that, it was like, thank you for playing our demo. So, and this is Broken Roads, um, which that's a crazy resolution. All right, well I can't change it, so we're just gonna hope that it's okay. Volume seems okay. Let me know if that changes. It doesn't seem insane. It didn't deafen me as I got in, so it's actually music's pretty chill. I like that. It's very chill.
My nan called it the end of time. Dad called it a waste of good beer.
Typical dad.
Me, I called it another day in bloody paradise. It's been 100 years, more or less, since society had its last hurrah.
Okay,
We've
post-apocalyptic.
rebuilt, sometimes better, sometimes worse, with nothing but hardjacker and the sweat off our backs. There's been bloodshed too, of course. People who will always be willing to kill for what they didn't earn. But that's not most of us. We're the farmers, the brewers, the protectors and the builders. The people who keep this great land connected, one town at a time. So you survive. You make do. You live with tough choices and you don't look back. Because the next town is 200 kilometers away.
Kilometers?
You passed the last refuge 3 days ago.
How far away is
There's
that?
no good or evil. No right or wrong. Only the path you choose to travel down these broken roads.
Oh, they said the thing. Was that kind of quiet? It sounded a little. The music on the sounded fine, but the voices sounded a little quiet. But maybe that's just on my end. Title drop. Welcome to the Steam demo of Broken Roads. Volume was fine? Okay, so I'll just turn it up in my ear then. On my side, so you don't have to hear it. Okay. We're delighted to present the current state of the game, but there's still more time before release. This experience and many gameplay elements may be subject to change over the coming months. We'd like to hear feedback via Discord. Now quit reading this rubbish and let's get stuck into it. All right. Origin. Hired gun, surveyor, barter crew, jackaroo. I like that, jackaroo. Is this Australian? Seems a little Australian. I'm feeling Australian. Well, it doesn't matter because we can't play them in the demo. So we are doing a hired gun. You grew up with a gun in your hand. If you wanted to eat, you shot what your parents told you to shoot. Starvation is a powerful motivator. It was that simple. They hired you out when you were in your teens, telling clients that a hungry kid shoots better. After a few years, you worked up the courage to run away, across the outback to make a new life for yourself. So yes, Australia. You've earned a bit of a reputation. That's why you weren't surprised when you were offered the possibility of a long-term gig with the Scouts at Bolly Bolly Hall. It's a mad world out there, and instead of trying to make sense of it, you've carved your place in it. You'll be damned if anyone thinks you'll just quit. So we get +1 to awareness and +1 to strength. Strength is power and energy, affects melee damage, health points, movement points, intimidation checks. Intimidation checks. We got skill checks. It's D&D. Perception and insight affects range damage, accuracy, critical hit chance, dodge, and helps avoid ambushes. Starting skills: shooting master +10. Cool. Opportunist. Help yourself to a free swipe at enemies doing a runner. Chance to make an attack on enemies moving out of melee range. Okay. Take a swipe at enemies doing a runner. That's fun. Unique perk: Rallying Cry. All allies gain +4 initiative until this character's next turn. While rallied, each character's first attack during their turn gets a bonus to accuracy equal to triple the value of the user's charisma score. All right. Appearance. Let's go with you. That's not. There we go. Continue. Wait, was that a? Oh, can't go back. I think that was a that was a kangaroo crossing sign, I think. Introduction to the moral compass. Moral compass. The moral compass shows a 360-degree view of possible dialogue options, attitudes you can hold, and decisions that you can make throughout your journey. It's divided into 4 parts: utilitarian, nihilist, Machiavellian, and humanist, with the golden arc representing your worldview, often overlapping different quadrants. Where a decision lies is not always clear cut, and the borders matter. It's entirely possible to be a utilitarian, focus on the greater good for all, which will suit options in that quadrant close to the humanist border. Otherwise, you could be within the utilitarian quadrant, but tending far more to focus on the interests of your own group, decisions tending towards the Machiavellian border. Broken Roads doesn't reduce things to simple right and wrong or good and evil, and this is reflected in how you handle the scenarios you face on your journey. Okay? We are nihilists. We believe in nothing. The golden arc in the center represents your worldview. Each decision you make can affect your position on the compass, rotating the worldview slightly towards the decision you have made. At the center of the compass are the brightly illuminated areas of moral tendencies, which allows your character to make lower level moral decisions or expressions of ideas that would otherwise fall outside of their worldview. Okay. Note that the further a decision is from the center of your worldview, the larger impact it will have on shifting it. Plus, the more decisions you make close to the center of your worldview, the more narrow-minded you will become, allowing you to make higher level decisions. Conversely, selecting a wider range of choices will make you broad-minded, often allowing more options but making certain high-level decisions and moral traits, such as perks unique to the character of a particular alignment that can affect dialogue or combat skills, unavailable. The 4 moral quadrants. Humanist is each person's dignity matters most. I choose all meaning and thus what matters. But what is inalienable is that every person has worth. For the humanist, each person's dignity matters most, simply through existing as a being experiencing the world. Utilitarian, everyone's happiness combined matters most. The greatest good for the greatest number. I believe that everyone's happiness combined matters most, and thus can justify causing harm or suffering depending on the outcome. Machiavellian, my group matters most. The ends justify the means if it favors our pursuit and maintenance of power. As a Machiavellian, my group matters most, regardless of the cost to others. Or nihilist, I matter most. Given there's nothing outside of each individual human experience, nothing ultimately matters, and that doesn't bother me. Thus, for the nihilist, I matter most. That's a fun take on nihilism. Yeah, kangaroo crossing sign. Question. You picked up a job to escort a captured thief. You get to talking and he tells you the sad tale of how he came to be captured. Sounds like he was not really the perp and actually makes a pretty good case for his innocence. He begs you to free him. Humanist. Let him go free. You'll argue his case and at least prevent an innocent man from enduring mob justice. There will always be more jobs down the track. Nihilist. You've been paid to do a job, and you plan to see it through. Despite his appeal and potential innocence, prioritize your reputation and ensure getting paid. Utilitarian. Promise him you'll plead his case. It doesn't serve anyone's interest to execute an innocent man, and it doesn't serve yours if he is in fact guilty. The best you can do is assure justice and your rep stays intact. Machiavellian. Tell him to make you an offer. You won't get the other half of your pay if you get to Brookton without him. If you help him escape, your reputation as a hired gun could take a hit. Let's go utilitarian. After a series of raids on caravans passing near your home, you put together a scouting party. You've got a bandit leader and one of his raiders. The leader pleads for release, pledging to comply with your terms. Do you free him? Execute them both on the spot. Better to not have that kind of headache. Take them back to town to stand trial. This is not your call to make. Escort them far away, warning that if you catch them here again, they're dead. Tell him that you'll let one of them go free, him or his raider, and he gets to choose which one lives. Jesus. Do they kill anybody? It matters if they killed anybody. I'm gonna go, it doesn't say that they killed anybody, so I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna get him out of town. Get out of town. A nearby townstead has a new chief, and he's starting to flex his muscles. He sends an envoy with a threat. Pay tribute or suffer his wrath. He clearly has the military strength to back it up. Do you pay? If he thinks he can take it, let him come. You're not scared of his threats. Negotiate with the envoy and escort him back. Concealed, your top fighters follow. In town, publicly execute the envoy, displaying his head on a spike. Warn the others to surrender their chief or face the same fate. Jesus. Send scouts to see if he can enforce his demands, if he can pay up. If he can't, send him a mocking reply and dare him to come and take it. Send an envoy in return and try to negotiate with the new chief. War hurts everyone, and maybe you can work out a way to see mutual benefit. Let's go utilitarian. I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. A child in the village has started showing symptoms of the plague. The town chose to quarantine him and his family, but you caught him sneaking out to play with other kids. Oh, jeez. Let him go with a warning. If he's contagious, you're all infected now too. If not, no harm's done. Rally some neighbors and evict the entire family from town. Make an example of their carelessness. Send him back to his house under careful guard. The whole family will have to leave town if they continue to put everyone at risk. Return him to his house and explain to the family what will happen to the town if they are all infected. Make them see reason. Humanist. You've been captured by people who've clearly gone mad, finding yourself in a pen along with a Dew farmer you've met before, a mercenary stripped of his weapons, and a terrified young family. The captors assemble a massive pyre, indicating their intent for a twisted sacrifice. Noticing a guard's distraction, you're certain you can escape on your own, but every person you bring with you increases the chances you'll get caught. Take advantage of the distraction, try to get everyone out, saving as many as you can. Slip away on your own, the others will simply have to fend for themselves. Convince the merc to come with you. The Dew farmer can likely find his own way out, but the family will be nothing but a liability. Get the family out first. The other captives should be able to handle themselves. As many as you can. You've discovered a cache of pre-apocalypse supplies in an abandoned farmhouse. You can't carry it all back on your own, so you enlist a few friends from town to help. When you return to the cache, you find a group of emancipated scavengers in the process of looting the place themselves. Do you let them take the supplies? No way. Threaten the scavengers, and if they don't hand over the supplies, kill them. Let them take the supplies, but secretly follow them back to their home. Once there, you can loot their other goods and kill them all. Let them go. They're starving and clearly need supplies more than you do, plus they had no way of knowing you found them first. Tell them you found the place first and offer to split the takings. Better to get less than you wanted than to spill blood or get nothing at all. That one. Continue. Attributes and skill trees. There are 6 attributes in the Broken Road: strength, agility, resolve, awareness, intelligence, and charisma. Attributes are the basis from which skills and other statistics are derived. Each skill tree's starting values are calculated from 2 attributes: fortitude, which is strength and agility, temperance, which is resilience and awareness, wisdom, which is intelligence and charisma. Each origin story comes with unique bonuses. For hired gun, these are +1 to strength and awareness for a minimum of 2 in each attribute, +10 shooting mastery, and +5 to opportunist. An example on the right, with an 8 in resolve and 13 awareness, all skills in temperance tree start at 21. Okay, that math checks out. Shooting mastery has a bonus of 10 from the hired gun. So 21 plus 10, 31, because shooting mastery is apparently under temperance. In combat, movement points are derived from agility and strength, while action points are determined by agility and intelligence. So agility is very important for combat because it's movement and it's action points. Keep that in mind when distributing attribute points. Okay. One of the unique skills in Broken Road is the ability to have a punt, essentially taking a risk on something uncertain. Your player character has a pool of punt points. Okay. They can draw on if they need to attempt a skill check that they fall just short of, or if they want to increase the accuracy of a particular attack in combat. During a dialogue, active skill checks which fall within the range of your character's skills and plus punt points will be displayed with a unique icon alongside the text. This will allow you to spend punt points for a chance to succeed on a task that you would otherwise be unable to perform. Punt is derived from charisma, plus any additional points added to the punt skill. Each additional skill point doesn't directly equal 1 additional punt point, however. Skills attain different effects whenever a threshold is reached. In this example, the character has a rank 2 punt skill. Increasing their punt from 32 to 50 would place them at rank 3, and so on. Okay. Okay. Character sheet. We're level 1. We have 10 points to spend on attributes. Attributes. All right. So agility was important. It's speed and action, movement and action points. Plus, looks like initiative, armor, could have yet. Agility's important. I'll at least put 2 points in there. Okay, they're lined up. So these two are fortitude, which is these skills. These two are temperance, which are these. These two are wisdom, which are these. Intellect also affects action points, initiative, intimidation, check, resistance, certain conditions. Charm and appeal. Well, I mean, I'm very charming. Perception and insight affects range damage, dodge. Okay, let's put a couple points in awareness. Let's get agility up to 8. Intelligence to 6. I don't need melee damage because we are a sharpshooter. And then I think I'm going to put a bunch of points in charisma. Can I subtract 1 from strength? I could. I could subtract it from anywhere. Jeez, I could have less hit points. Let's not die in the demo. Okay. We have 30 points to spend down here. Barbarian, shrug off damage like a brick shithouse. Defend yourself and allies, absorb a portion of damage dealt to them. Nah. Melee mastery, nah. Opportunist. Help yourself to a free swipe at an enemy during a runner. Oh, we get a bonus to this anyways, because we have a ability that gives us a bonus to this. Can't use stealth or slow fate or sage. Throwing? No. What do we have over here? Biology. You know what makes people tick physically. Use restorative items from utility slots to heal and revive allies. Leadership. It's an example for those around you. Attempt to mark an enemy, increasing the damage they take for the rest of the combat. When you end your turn, all nearby allies gain bonus in there. That's fun. Punt, which is we just went over. Tinker. Use swanky devices, pick locks, understand what Cole is on about. Use device, pick lock. Okay. Vigilance, keep your finger on the trigger and expose. Prepare an attack, fire on the first enemy moves within range. Shooting mastery, which we have a bonus to. Make every shot count. Let's get you to 25. Because that gives us range attacks gain bonus damage. That seems good. You can handle liquid courage using a scrapple, being drunk. Drink again to make 2 attacks in the nearest enemy. Hilarious. Deadeye, take time to line up your shot. Make an attack with a bonus to accuracy. Get a range bonus to attack when starting your turn away from enemies. I kind of want to dump some points in leadership here. Let's get you to 25. Gain a permanent bonus to initiative. Sure. And let's get some lockpicking. Let's get you to 25. Which does what? Doesn't say. Okay. I'm just going to hope that that's good. 8 points to spend. Maybe Deadeye. That would get us to 21. Or Punt? Let's go Deadeye. All right. Let's do this thing. Half an hour in. What have we done so far? We made a character for the demo. Good job. It's kind of funny that they don't, since the demo, it's kind of funny they don't just drop you in with a pre-made. I don't hate seeing a character builder. It's just kind of interesting.
It. Good. My name's Jake Anderson, and this is Bally Hall.
Hello. Hello, Jake. The sandy-haired man's face is sun-beaten and craggy, a testament to a life lived in the bush. Truth to tell, wasn't sure you'd make it. Between the wildlife and the attacks we've seen, thought you might have met somebody with some misadventure.
Right. So the job's simple and the pay's good. You'll ride along to Kokobee with a couple of my scouts as security for Cole, the engineer fixing our radio. At Kokobee, you'll be meeting Nick, the mayor of Brookton, and escorting them both back home.
Okay. 30 minutes in, gameplay? Technically, character building is gameplay? Technically? At least it wasn't just me, like, droning on for 30 minutes about stuff. We were in a game. No? No, it doesn't count? Fine. Fine, then. It's an easy job, not expecting much trouble, but better safe than sorry, yeah? He doesn't wait for an answer. Let me introduce you around. Ella's over here. She's my second. He pauses. My cousin, too. Her and her sister Mad, who's keeping watch from the crow's nest. Don't get on their bad sides.
New blood, eh, Jake?
The rangy woman's face is careworn and sunbeaten. She looks you up and down and raises an eyebrow. Hired gun for the trip to Kokobee. Figured it couldn't hurt, situation being what it is, eh? Going to be with you, so maybe you can give the tour. That'd be good. Cheers. I don't need a minder. Pleasure to meet you. Remain silent. Pleasure to meet you. She seems surprised. Is it? We'll see how you feel when you've spent some time with us. I'm sure your sparkling personality will shine through and you'll win a place in her heart in no time, Ella. That's me. Noted heartbreaker and charmer. She's so deadpan she almost seems serious. Fancy seeing the place? Meet the colorful locals? Ready when you are. So you've already met the boss. That leaves Jonesy, Dreamer, and Mad. May as well say hi to Cole, too, seeing as you'll be escorting him.
Let's go.
Let's go. Player and camera movement. To move the camera around the map, left-click on an area. White circles will appear on the ground to show what your character and party member is walking towards. Left-click is used to speak with other characters and interact with certain objects. To indicate this, your mouse icon will change depending on what you're hovering over. To pan your camera, we're using the WSDs or hold down the middle button. Drag in any direction. The bottom left of your screen are 5 icons. From left to right, they are party management, moral compass, journal, map, and menu. Close. Okay. Ooh, slow scroll. Camera pan speed. Apply. Alright, that's a little better. Ella calls out as you near a young man elbow deep in a pile of electronics. Oi, Cole!
Who's this then?
I never know when they're actually going to talk. I can't tell which ones are voiced or not. The gangly young man hardly wipes his hands on his overalls when he sees you. His carrot orange hair flops over his eyes and he gives you a broad grin.
Cole, meet your new protector. We need extra muscle for our trip to Brookton, given Jake and Jones here headed down older side way to see why they're so quiet. Hired this one on to keep an eye on you.
That's bloody fantastic. I'm just about done with the repeater array here and should be powering up with the solar panels in no time. Get your scouts back up and on the network in a jiffy. It'll all get sorted once I can hit the market in Kokobi and... She holds up her hand. Steady there, Christmas. I was just making an introduction. One thing at a time. You raise Elderside yet? Oh, crikey. No, not yet. That's why I mentioned Kokobi. See, your modulator's shot and I don't have a spare, so it's a good thing we're headed up there. Once I get that modulator, everything else is golden and you'll be right as rain. Are you sure it's the modulator? Is it an input problem? When do you want to head out? Scouts don't have a working radio then. Let Ella speak. We know a little bit of tech. His eyes light up. You know electronics? Am I glad to hear that? Listen, what's happening here is he launches into a string of technical jargon, and while you're able to follow along, he's pretty damn smart. And you're forced to admit that the problem is in fact the modulator. We got a turpentine. Eventually he winds down. Crikey, that was a good yarn. He hands you a small, clear, plastic bottle. I'll bet you're able to put this to good use too. Scouts don't have a working radio then? Till we get this modulator sorted, might as well learn how to use passenger pigeons or reflecting mirrors or something. You know, mirrors are great in the daytime. Well, the sunny daytime, but kind of worthless at night and cloudy days. So yeah, we need to get to Kokobi for a new part. When do you want to head out? Well, he steps back and looks at his tools, the radio, and the solar panels. I reckon whenever you're ready to go, I can clean up real fast. Meantime, I'll keep working on projects around here. Got nothing really pressing back in Brookton, I don't think.
We'll have plenty of time to chat on the way to Kokobi.
Well, I'm glad I just spent all that time chatting to you now, then. What's over here? Aha, tab highlights stuff. I love when tab highlights stuff. What's that? A local CB radio network has been essential for the nearby communities to stay in touch. Oop. And stay on top of who's rooting who, of course. Is that a sex thing? I bet you that's a sex thing. What's up with these guys? What's that?
This scrub looks like it's invading the camel's enclosure and they're having trouble resting without getting pricked. It wouldn't take you long to clear it out.
We have a narrator. Let's remove the scrub.
The job only takes a few minutes and the paddock is cleared. The scouts will no doubt be happy with your handiwork.
Hi, narrator. Let's look at the camels. I can't click them. Alright, no clicking the camels. Isn't she supposed to be giving me a tour? I feel like I'm giving her a tour.
There's only a small amount of grimy water left in the tub. Those camels are going to need something to drink, and soon.
Apparently we are stable boys now. Fill the tub with fresh water.
You quickly fill the tub, providing clean drinking water for those noble beasts. You're already a hero. A real hero.
Yeah, we're a real hero. I don't know if you know this, but hired gun / hero right here, bud. What's going on over here? Get wasted, want not. Wait, did this not work? Because I was trying to click it when I had the tab up. So if I click it like this. No, it still doesn't do anything. Alright. What's that over there? So much stuff to see. Mostly armless, because it has no arms. Hard to find trees this tall and straight anymore. Must have been brought in from the east some time ago. Someone scratched something into the wood underneath. Not happy, Jan. Uh-oh. Who's Jan? Ned and his brothers have a lot to answer for. Ned and his brothers. Jonesy.
Name's Jonesy, mate. Who are you?
The tan-hooded man is busy cleaning a gun as you approach. He looks up at you and quickly, professionally, and back to his weapon. Jake hired her to give us a hand on the way to Kokeby. She's pretty new to the life. Got tips for her? New gun for the good guys, eh? Glad to hear it. You ever use your weapon on a person before? Yeah, loads of times. Lie. Yeah, loads of times. Not yet. I'm hoping I don't have to. Lie. Not yet. I'm hoping I don't have to. Or none of your goddamn business. Hey, Dakaro.
TheVGViking.
Hey, bud. Thank you for the sub, friend. I appreciate it. Welcome back to being a Carl of the K. What are we at? 17 months. Wow. That's a long time. Carl, it doesn't feel like 17 months. You know? Feels like just yesterday. Cheers to you. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. And welcome back to being a Carl of the K. I hope you enjoyed our little dancing dino friend. Off-brand and all. We're playing a demo of Broken Roads, which seems to take place in Australia. So far, seems very RPG-ish. Thanks for the fun content. No, you. Thank you for your fun content. Folks, if you're in here and you're not following Takaro, well, you're wrong. Go follow Takaro. Because he's great. Because I said so. And because it's great. No, you. Also, he streamed basically the entire series of a game in a week. He streamed all those spooky games in like a week. Alright, what are we doing? Yeah, loads of times. I'm going to say not yet, hoping I don't have to. Bad news, mate. He chose the wrong line of work for that. Especially if Jake hired you. Means he's worried about something. He looks you up and down more carefully. But he wouldn't have done it if he didn't see something in you.
So my advice is this. Time comes to throw down. Don't blink. None of the Deros out in the bush would. It's them or you. I made the mistake of trying to be kind once.
Oof. Made the mistake of trying to be kind once. Brutal. I love all the little lingo that we're getting, like the Deros. Love it. Love the slang. I've heard of this one. Sounds really interesting. Looking forward to seeing what you think. I think it's interesting that they have you do a character creator and all of the required learnings about the game to do that. It's an RPG, so it makes sense, but it is a lot of investment for a demo. Not a complaint. I said this to G earlier. I don't mind spending time playing around in a character creator, but it is an interesting choice for a demo. G, what are you trying to catch up to? What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to catch up on Takaro's streams? For the game series? The series of games? The classic rebuttal. All the stasis, yeah. All the stasises. He pulls down the top of his shirt to show a nasty scar running across his chest. Here's how she repaid me. He shakes his head sadly. When they've sunk that low, the only help for him is hot lead. Alright, so we have our first moral choice. We could do none of the morale things. Hell, that's a good cure for just about anyone. Or go humanist. Surely we can find a way to help them. Or utilitarian. What if we organized supply drops so they weren't so desperate? Maybe they could help rebuild. Let's go with that. Supply drops? Mate, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but everyone out here is barely scraping by. No room for charity when you're a bad day away from starvation. You want to be generous? Give him a quick death. Jonesy's not having a good day. There's a lot of stasis. There's a lot of it, and yet you've finished a lot of it in a short span of time. Hate to ruin this heady discussion, but I'm supposed to keep scrolling our friend here around. You and Jake are headed back to Brookton after Alderside, yeah? Yeah, gonna swing by and see old man. Gotta update him on the kill count. Kill count? Is that really necessary? Building a fearsome reputation, huh? Nice. Kill count, sure, if that's your thing. Gotta break a few eggs to make that new world cake. Oof. Sure. Exactly, he lets out a brief but genuine laugh.
It's not just the killing, mind you. Though just between you and me, fuck the raiders, rustlers and other arseholes shitting up the place. Let them piss in their boots when they hear my name.
Don't let him fool you. Under that bloodthirsty exterior lurks, well, the heart of a killer. But under that, not a bad guy. Not if he's on your side. Well, unless you're a farmer. Then you should lock up your wife and daughters, livestock too.
Nice, Ella. Take that, Jonesy.
Ah, you know me so well, Ellie. Except the livestock thing. No one can prove that.
The voice acted parts are nice so far. He turns to you and points his thumb over his shoulder at her. Watch out for her. She's secretly not always mean. That's cute. Psh, bullshit. I'm made of mean. Anyways, like I said, we gotta keep moving. You have anything more to talk to Jonesy about? How about a little target practice? What's your story? How long you been at this villain killing business? Got any good stories about the other scouts? What's your story? He shrugs. Merchant parents murdered by raiders when I was tiny. Vic took me in and raised me to Brookton. I joined the scouts. I like what they do. Been here for a decade now, like my adopted family. Yeah, Ella? Like getting an annoying kid brother, exactly. How about a little target practice? For sure, let's get on it. You can show us what you got. Get stuck into it. Optimal range. Different weapons are more effective depending on the distance from the target. Pistols and shotguns work well up close. Rifles from a medium distance. Snipers from snipers better from a little further away. Experiment with different weapons at varying distances to work out the optimal range. Your shooting mastery and deadeye skills will also affect damage and actions to improve them. Okay. Well, we only have one weapon. It's just the one of us. This looks to be some kind of rifle. So probably medium range. 29%, 72. Yeah, so we're like too close to this guy, is what's happening. And this guy, I think there's probably somebody in the way a little bit. Whereas this is 72%. Skills and items. You have a grenade, bandages, sprint. Transforms all remaining AP into MP. Forces an enemy to retreat. Can we intimidate? Gotta intimidate these damn mannequins. Shrug off damage like a brick shithouse. Oh, that's Barbican. Not Barbarian, by the way. Barbican. Deadeye. Deadeye costs 5 AP. It looks like we have 4 AP and 4 MP. Set an example for those around you. Attempt to mark an enemy. That costs 3. Vigilance. Okay. Oop. How do I not do the back? Okay. I guess we'll just... You jamming? It's a pretty good jam. I missed. Good start. It's a good start. Enter. Reload costs 1 AP. How many shots do we have? Okay, we have a few shots before we have to reload. Let's show info. Oh, the mannequin? Okay. Mannequin's turn, mannequin's turn, mannequin's turn. My turn. Alright, still 72%. We missed again. Okay, we are not very good. Let's try one more time. Alright, we injured. Flanked? Don't flank me. Let's run around. Oh, I didn't make it. Okay. I thought it said it was 4. This is still 72, 72, 72. Alright, let's finish you. Wow, we are bad. That's 3 out of 4 are misses. 3 out of 4 shots were a miss on 72%. 4 out of 5. Fire the last round on your weapon, now must be reloaded. It's infinite ammunition and broken roads, thank God for that. Reloading does come at the expense of AP with the amount of AP consumed depending on the specific weapon. Below your current equipped weapon, you can see the remaining round is a bright bullet icon. They're currently all dim, so your ammo is spent. With each shot you take, the reload button shows how many rounds you'll gain, and the tooltip displays the action point. Oh, okay, so this is how many bullets we gain. Costs 1 AP. Well, let's reload. Then let's end turn again. Can I want to stay at like medium range. We can't even target that person now. Alright, let's try that. 81%, alright. Let's try this again. No, we're down to 72. Oh my god. We're really not very good at shooting. Oh, we hit him. Okay. Can we not shoot him? Or can we shoot him? Oh, there's only one left? There's only one left. We're fine. We did finish that one. Okay. We missed a lot of shots, though. Oh my god. We better find some folks that know how to shoot. Not bad? Are you kidding? They're non-moving mannequins we were standing essentially next to. And we missed, I don't know, 75% of our shots? 85? We missed a lot of shots. Good to have you on board. Hey, Ella, you might not be resident sharpshooter much longer. I don't think you have anything to worry about, Ella. She says nothing but gives Jonesy the most tired of your shit stare you've ever seen. She's such a charmer. How long have you been at this? 10 years or so. Made a good dent in the population, too. Got any good stories about other scouts? He opens his mouth, glances at Ella, who stares daggers at him, and snaps his shut again. Nope.
Gotcha.
That's fair. What do we got over here? What's that? Oh. Bali Hall supplies. We can just take this stuff. Terp's really short supply. Oh, glad we got some then. We have a pistol, a knife, toolbox, scrap, meat. Could be emo, could be Rue, could be one of your mates. It all tastes like chicken. Sometimes it's best not to ask questions. Okay. Radio parts. Let's take it all. They won't need it. Probably. Hopefully. Maybe. What's that? The state may be gone, but the country remains. That's an interesting way of putting that. Hey, Dreamer. She raises her hand to the young woman as you approach her. Dreamer, give the fresh meat a wave, will ya?
Fresh meat? For dinner? You know I gave up human flesh, Ella.
dark.
I'm Mishti. They call me Dreamer.
She looks up from her work concerned. She gives you a wild smile and sticks out her hand. Pleased to meet you. You used to eat people. You look young to be here. Why Dreamer? Pleased to meet you. She feigns shock. Oh my, I haven't seen manners like that since I left Meriden. You're a beacon of civilization. She beams. Mate, it's a pleasure to meet you. Working with these Darrows all day can be rough. Ella growls. Darrows? You've chosen to join the Scouts. You're as dirty as the rest of us now, City Slicker. It's clear she's got a soft spot for Dreamer. Uh-oh.
Anyway,
That means
my
Dreamer's
job
gonna
here,
die.
such as it is, consists of two main gigs. What I do best is convince people to save their bullets. I diffuse fights, make sure people get along, keep their blood inside their skins.
So you have charisma
The other
high,
job?
and you're a doctor.
Cleaning up this mess.
Anything I can help with? The way you describe your job makes you sound like a negotiator. What does cleaning up this mess entail? This whole place looks pretty messy. Let's go with that. She casts an eye around the yard. You're not wrong. You should have seen it before I got here. These people are great scouts. Bloody fantastic in the bush, but not as organized as they could be. She accentuates her words with a half shrug. We'll get it done in the next few months, I bet. Sounds like you're a negotiator.
Exactly right. If we're looking to get civilization rolling again, we can't just settle our problems by making more corpses.
Here, here. Not mind you that some people don't deserve to be slapped around. She tries and mostly fails to put on a fierce face. And I'll be right here to hand some slaps out. How'd you wind up here? Oh, that's a story all its own. You sure you want to hear it? Sure. You asked for it. She settles back and strokes her chin. All right, picture a young Misty, growing up behind the walls of Meriden. Now picture young Misty, already a dreamer, learning the world existed in all of its boundless wonder outside those walls. Now she wasn't a bad kid, but she wanted more out of life than the city could give her. So she took every opportunity she could find to learn about the world. At age 8, she decided it was time to see it on her own. She shrugs, embarrassed. The guards brought her back home and told her parents they'd caught her trying to sneak out. They punished her, of course. The world's a dangerous, scary place for city folk. But they couldn't stop her, and by the time she was 15, they gave up trying. Instead, they started looking for a way to make sure she'd be safe. No mercenary work with the hunters and collectors. Not for her, their precious girl. But where to turn? Is this story almost done? I've heard enough. We'll remain silent. Turns out Mum had some friends out York way. She sent them a message. They know anyone who could teach a wild child real bushcraft. She takes a swig of water. Jake came to meet me himself. Parents had already made inquiries, as they do, verified his credentials. He came by every couple of months after that to check up on me, see how my studies were going. A few months ago, after I turned 18, he asked my parents if he could take me on full-time as his apprentice. I was halfway out the door before he finished the sentence. She gestures around. Had my share of scrapes with danger out here. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'd like to hear your story about coming here again. Anything I can help with? That's really kind of you to ask. As a matter of fact, I could use a hand with a couple things.
This fellow was a bit of a legend in his own lunchbox. Now he's dead. Better to know up front if someone's aim is a bit shit. Corpses aren't so great at self-improvement.
Rip. Rip. She turns around to survey the encampment. Hold up. You did your time on the target range, and now I see you've cleared away the scrub and watered the camels. You work fast. Never mind. That's me sorted. Finished all of your tasks before you even asked. You're welcome.
That's bloody fantastic! Great work, mate. I definitely owe you one. Remind me at the pub later on, would ya?
There's a pub? She gives you a big grin.
Here you go. You saved me a ton of trouble. Anything else today?
We gained experience and a water bottle. How's life here at the Scouts? What's going on around here? Anything in the bush I should know about? What's the best part about being a scout? Anything I should know about? She shrugs. Get the odd bush ranger here and there. Disputes between farmers. Some strange buggers wandering in from the wild. The drought's really making people desperate. Nothing we can't handle. You'll be fine. How's life with the Scouts? She breathes out a happy sigh. Bloody fantastic is what it is. No city walls, no neighbors, just clean fresh air and the wind for company. I don't have to worry about manners or not embarrassing mum. I'm in charge of my own life and get to make my own rules. It's freedom is what it is. Ella snorts. Not so glamorous as all that. The shine will wear off soon enough, kid. She glances around. Unless you're carrying a torch for some other scout. Dreamer blushes deeply. Oh, please. What's the best part about being a scout? Dreamer shoots a glance at Ella. The company? She smirks. Nah, kid. It's being out here. Limitless possibility, yeah? I'm still learning the ropes, mind you. Ella, fresh as a lamb.
Yeah, thanks for that. But
turn.
when I learn enough to manage on my own, I'm going to see if I can make my way across the Nullarbor. See what's on the east coast.
Good luck.
I hear it's paradise.
Her eyes go dreamy.
Later.
Whenever somebody says someplace far away is a paradise, it's never a paradise. It's always awful. What is this? Maybe it's a workbench we can use later. Outhouse? Entering a compost war era. Like a war for compost, because you need it for farming. Nice of the scouts to have a place where you can go to let one rip. Just make sure you're unaccompanied. Okay. The coals are still glowing faintly over a mound wrapped in aluminum foil. Damper for supper, looks like. I wonder what damper is. Some musical instruments there. How do we talk to the dude up there? Do you have to go in and around? Round it in? Ah. Ella gestures to the roof of the hall. Look up there in the crow's nest. That's my sister, Mad. She'll be staying up behind with the rest of us. Behind when the rest of us range out on our jobs later.
Mad. New hired gun. Going to be coming with Mishti and me to Kokobee.
The woman in the watchtower wears drab brown clothes, loose and comfortable. Her face is hard, her build muscular. She looks like she's wrestling ruse for fun. She scowls down from the makeshift turret. You babysitting Ella, or is she sitting you? I'll keep an eye on her for you. I figure I'll follow her lead. I'm not much of a sitter, to be honest. I'm a good teammate, though. Very much remains to be seen. Pull your weight. You'll get no trouble from me. Gotta be better than the last one, though, yeah? She leans over the railing. Ella, don't stick your neck out too far this time. Ella snorts. Like I'm the one who needs a sitter, Mad. Wasn't that long ago I was changing your nappies? Ella turns to you. You ready to move on? Meet the others? Fuck you, Ella. She says it without rancor. Hey, before you go, new kid. I need you to make sure the perimeter is secure before you all head out. Don't want any unpleasant surprises. Ella, do I have to do what she says? Ella, what do you think? Nah, got other things to do. What do you need? Not gonna run your mouth then? We'll get along fine. She chews her lip for a moment, studying the fence, and points. I want you to walk a circle around the outside of the fence. Check it for holes. If a dingo can fit through, call it out and we'll patch it up. No need for you to get your precious hands dirty. Just need your eyes. Just walk the fence, too easy. I don't mind repairing it. I'll get the job done. No need to take an attitude. Before I get to it, you mentioned the last one. Someone before me. I don't mind repairing it. She snickers a bit. You don't have to be so eager, mate. We're no strangers to hard work. All I need are your eyes. Besides, don't you have a Kokobee run? Get this done and you can head out. She settles back in her chair, her eyes scanning the horizon.
That's all we're gonna get out of her. Come on, let's go.
All right. Can I go outside? Yes. See any holes? Side quest? Completed quest? Is this not a quest? Oh. I have to close this first, probably. There we go. We did that already. Great. The War of All Against All. Investigate the east, south, and west. Alright. What's that? Not a bad spot for a Karobori? Karobori? I don't know what that is. Hey, here's something. Ella stops to inspect a small hole in the fence. Bloody thing's falling apart. Mad will need to patch this one properly. She shouts over the fence. Oi, Misty, you hear me? Tell Mad she got a proper patch-up job to do out here, would ya? Oh, she's gonna love that. Okay, let's move. Need to do a thorough check of the whole fence before we're done. What's that? Oh, a tree. The tree thing. Oh, more mannequins. It's like, is that a body? No, it's just a mannequin. What about this spot? Is that okay? You notice a piece of corrugated iron board coming loose. Hey, Ella, look. What? Looks like a loose spot over there. Takes a closer look at where you're pointing. Nice find. Reckon a new bolt or two is all she needs. This thing's been patched up since... geez, well, since before, I reckon. Might be there's not even a single piece of original wall still here. Wall remains, though. Let's keep moving. Hold up. She stops and motions to a section nearby fence. A small pile of dirt is next to a shallow hole. Looks like someone's trying to dig their way in. Raiders, maybe? Raiders? She can't help from laughing. Mate, nobody comes looking for shit here. These are fucking dingoes trying to make their way in. Bastards been coming non-stop since Misty let her chooks roam about. What the hell is a chook? She lets out another short laugh. We'll be sure to let you know if any raiders come on by, though. Ugh, well now raiders are definitely going to come on by. They're probably going to kill Dreamer. Well, I reckon that's enough to keep Mad off her ass while we're away. Nice work. Oi, Mad. Found 3 lovely jobs for you. Should keep you from falling asleep while we're gone. Mad snarls something intelligible. Turns away again. Well, your eyes work and you can follow instructions. So far, so good. 150 experience. Right, let's head back. Check in with the others. Cole's got to be done by now. That we did. Okay, so now it's just return to Jake.
Heard you having your chin wags with everyone. How you finding Ella? She's rough round the edges, but then we all are. It's why I like to have her squire people around. Anyway, what'd you think of the place?
Good sightlines. You can see enemies coming from a long way off here. Bit of a shithole. Place is held up well. Decorate it yourself? Or it's alright. Good sightlines. He smiles, clearly proud of the place. Yeah, we've done some work clearing the trees around here. Had a nasty scare a few years back. Some refos from up north of Perth came around looking for an easy target. Decided we looked the part. They hid out in the old tree line, and if Mad, only knee-high to a grasshopper at the time, hadn't raised the alarm, they might have had us. As it was, took everything we had to hold them off. Ever since, we've cut those trees back.
If you're done with that, time to get Cole up to Kokobi. Like I said before, should be safe and easy. Once you get there, meet up with Mick. He can be a real charmer. Or he can be a right bastard. He's a hard man, so it's best not to bullshit him. He's Jonesy's adopted dad, if that gives you any idea what he's like.
Okay. Also, everybody keeps saying that this is going to be safe and easy, which means it's definitely not going to be safe and easy. You'll be going with him back to Brookton. Jonesy and me will meet you there once we've finished up in Elderside. Anything else you need from Bali before we go? Nah, good luck out there. I think we're ready to go. Yep, we've wrapped up what Misty and Matt asked. Let's get moving. Okay, best of luck with everything. We'll meet you in Brookton once we're done. Jonesy, grab your gear. We're rolling out. Same. We're on our way then. She shouts to the other two. Cole, Dreamer, let's get on the road. You know the drill, Ella. Stay safe and don't be stupid. No wazas, Jake. None of the stupid leaked into my side of the family tree. We're all set. Rude.
I would be deeply offended if I were smart enough to understand that, I'm sure. But look, keep your skin in one piece, yeah? This goes double for you, Mishti. If you're outside the gate, you don't let your guard down.
He turns to face you. You too, new kid. If all else fails, listen to Ella. She'll steer you right. Got it, Chief. See you later. They have a quote from Machiavelli here. Jeez.
You're not even an hour away from Valley Hall when you spot a makeshift cart on the road. A man lies motionless on the ground. A sobbing woman cradles his body.
I like the narrator. Ella, you seeing this? Dreamer, what do you think we should do? Let's say nothing.
Heads up. Over there, behind the fence.
There's a dude with a gun who looks like he's going nuts. Or maybe a child?
The young man sitting off the side of the road is rocking back and forth, a pistol held unheeded in one hand. Neither he or his mum appeared to notice you, lost in their own personal tragedy.
Oh, jeez.
Things could get dicey. Hang back while we check this out.
Without taking her eyes from the scene, she holds out her hand, gesturing Cole behind her.
You got it, boss. Don't worry about me. I know how to keep a low profile.
Good, you do that. Let's start by talking to the woman. The emaciated woman, she hasn't been freed. The emaciated woman is sobbing over the body of a man lying sprawled in the dirt. Bright blood stains his shirt and pools in the dust of the road. She doesn't look up as you approach, trapped in the world of her pain. What happened? At first you think she isn't answering you, then you catch the fragments of words at the edges of her sobs. She looks up, wiping her face with the edges of her sleeves.
What are you even doing here? Why now? Why not before
She sees Ella and Misty and your guns. She sobs and shakes her head, pressing a bloody hand to her face. Her wedding ring glints golden through the gore. Say nothing, did he attack you? How could we have known you were in trouble? You didn't shoot me already, so you're not entirely heartless, right? She looks at Ella. I've heard about you, the Pale Sisters, Scouts. Why didn't you help us? Ella gives you a look. She steps forward to take command of the situation. What can we do? Claire stares at Ella for a few seconds as if to assure herself that the pale woman is real. My son, he shot Greg. Then he took the gun and he's a good boy. I can't lose him too. Remain silent. Why did he shoot him? We could go talk to him. What do you want us to do about it? What's your son's name?
Will.
Let's start there.
Same as his granddad.
She stares down at her dead husband. Dreamer gives you a brief smile and the pain in her eyes doesn't diminish. Right. We'll go have a chat with him then. She nods at the boy sitting in the dirt behind the fence. Okay, can we get more information from Claire first? No, you're gonna sob. Alright. Hi, Will.
Stay back. I've got a gun.
It's alright. It's okay, Will. Relax. He points his pistol loosely in your direction, a mop of dusty brown hair hanging down into his eyes. He shakes his head to clear his vision. He can't be more than 18 years old. His knees are fucking shaking. Yeah, what type? Machiavellian threatened him. Yeah, so have I. Why don't you put it down and we'll talk? For humanist, hold out your empty hands. I'm not here to hurt you. Just take a deep breath. You don't understand. His arms seem to lower of their own free will. I just killed somebody. He raises his arms again. They're shaking. I could kill you too. So who was the man? Did he attack you? So what? I've killed tons of people. If you wanted to kill me, you would have done it already. Why don't you put the gun down? You don't understand. I don't want to hurt you, but I will. He starts shaking from head to toe, like a sapling in a cyclone. Nice. Just stay away from me. Misty takes a step towards him. Hands up and empty. Hey, let's just have a chat, alright? Let her take the lead. I've got this, Misty. Let me talk to him. It's okay. You can trust her. Let her take the lead. We've all done things we regret, right? One split-second decision, and it seems like it's all over. But it's not. You're still here, and that means you have a chance to make it right. You don't know what happened, what I did. He gestures wildly with the pistol. Ella's expression doesn't change, but she widens her stance. I killed him, my own dad, and all because he... You're not responsible for what your dad did, Will. Her voice is soft, sympathetic.
No, it wasn't like that. He asked me to. He said he was holding me and Mum back, that we'd never make it to Meriden at this rate, so he asked me to. Make sure she makes it, and
He looks at you, wild panic in his eyes.
I shouldn't even be alive.
He puts the pistol up under his chin and closes his eyes. Oh no. Reach out a hand to stop him and yell, wait. Rush him and try to wrench the gun from his hands. Shoot him in the leg or remain silent. I feel like she was doing pretty good. Maybe I let her keep doing her thing. I don't want to shoot him in the leg. That might be a fucking death sentence out here anyways. And I feel like if we try to rush him, it's going to accidentally go off, or he's going to set it off. Reach out a hand to stop him. I'm going to remain silent. She won't make it if you're dead. You know that, Will. His hands tremble, then his arms. He drops the pistol and slumps to the ground, his head in his hands. Okay. Good. Jeez. Game's stressful. Ella picks up the pistol, checks the cartridge, tucks it into her belt. He'll be safer without that around for now. We done here? Yeah, we're done. If they get attacked, they'll be defenseless. I want to know what happened. Do we get paid? If they get attacked, they'll be defenseless. If we leave it, he'll off himself. Any idiot can see they've got nothing worth stealing except this. She pats the pistol. Now get a wriggle on. We're moving out. Cole, you ready?
You ready? Let's go.
She nods at Misty.
Hey, you did good back there. It's nice to meet someone else who's willing to believe that a bullet to the head won't solve all the world's problems.
She stops you with a gentle hand on your arm. Maybe they'll be in a position to repay the favor later. Sometimes we make a bad decision, but it doesn't mean we have to keep making them. We're all just doing our best out here. If saving one life means saving two, it's definitely worth doing. Sometimes we make bad decisions. Damn straight. We did good today, all three of us. She grins at you, then removes her hand. Let's keep going. But I didn't get to look at the carriage. What if there were supplies that they don't need? Quotes from Aristotle now.
Welcome to Kokobee Way Station. Now we've got coal here. All we need to do is wait for Mick to arrive, then escort the two of them back to Brookton. He should be arriving any minute now. Any minute now?
Cranes her neck back towards the road. I'm gonna go check the radio tower and catch up with Dustin. He usually got modulators up the wazoo. I'll be down there if you need me.
There he goes.
She laughs.
Never a dull moment with Cole around.
Oh, dreamer. Ella doesn't quite smile, but her face takes on a slightly softer edge. I'll introduce you to Tina. She runs this place. Good person to know if you're looking for work.
Oi, Tiny!
Oi. Oi. Oh, there's a kangaroo. Hello. What you doing, kangaroo? You kangan around? What you doing? Think it wants to box? Biodegradable plastic bags will save the world, they said. Little did they know. Ian Mason.
I'm busy.
He has the stance of someone who's seen other people with military training but never been through it himself. He reeks of sweat and his camo is obviously the wrong color for the surrounding terrain. I'm busy. After a moment, he lazily gives you his attention.
What do you want, sweetheart? Looking for a real man to show you how to use a gun?
Wow. Good job making us hate you immediately. In your dreams, mate. Bye, need a hand. Ever thought of joining up with the scouts? What's your deal? My deal? He spares you an amused glance. My deal is that I'm the only thing standing between these bogans and a slow death in the sun. There'd be no coke. Whoa! What you doing? I see you up there. What are you doing? Those kangaroos everywhere. There'd be no Kokopi if I wasn't protecting the whole place. Everyone would be too scared to set up shop. Like you and whoever else crawled out from under a rock to limp here. Alright, guy. Actually, I'm pretty sure protecting the people and places around here is what we do. The merc ignores her. Ever thought of joining up with the scouts? He snorts. That ramshackle outfit? I'd rather kiss my own face with a tire iron. Rude. Don't. Ella holds out a hand to silence Misty's retort. He's just trying to get you riled up. He smirks. Need a hand? With what? The camel dung or the bloody flies? He waves his hand in an Aussie salute. Go pick up all the shit you like. I won't stop you.
Whatever.
Whatever. And screw that guy. He sucks. Someone's a bit of a pack rat, or people dump trash here at night as a not so subtle fuck you. Yeah, nobody likes you, Ian. You suck. Ah, fresh meat. Is that a butcher quote? I'm quoting the butcher right now. Kangaroo! Oh my god, there's so many kangaroos. Hi. What are you? Are you an emu? I think you're an emu. Old world goods scavenged from some remote or irradiated warehouse. Could be gold, but more likely everything under the first layer is dodgy, dirty, just full of holes. So much wildlife. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Unless you can smash it, then go for your life, you yabo. Okay. Is there a map? There. The map. Alright, cool. Camel. How far is this thing? Oh, it's kind of wide, huh? Solar panels? Keeping all these panels clear of debris and sand must be one hell of a job. Hot enough to cook on just from the sun. Oh, there's coal. There's a cool breeze blowing out the open door. Some blokes get all the luck. Dustin Ellsworth. He's working on some parts and doesn't seem to register your presence until you're almost on top of him. turns and wipes his hand on his pants. Gives a broad smile. Dusty Ellsworth, how's the day finding you? What are you doing? This? Oh, just a bit of solder, a bit of scrap. Trying to keep the old tower in good nick, you know? He frowns. Not sure how much life he's got left, to be fair. No one's making parts, and what we've got's all breaking down. Been in Kokeby long? 5 years, maybe? Came by with Tina's brother, stuck around. Easy enough work, easy enough life. Long and straight keeps coming through. He grins. Plus, coal keeps my mind sharp. Boy knows his way around just about any gadget you can name. What's news? Seems like everyone's falling off the channels these days. All the scouts haven't raised York lately. I tell you, unless someone starts up the factories, we're going to lose the rest of our tech. What have you got for sale? Bartering for goods. When browsing the shop, you may see a number in the top left corner of an item. To purchase one item from the stack, click and hold the right mouse button on the item, then drag it to the shop. You can also drag all of the items in a stack into the offers column and use right click to move items one at a time. The Make It a Deal button will equalize the value between your items and the merchants, adding money to whichever side is currently lacking funds. Wish to split a stack of an item, right click it and drag. Move only one item that type. So we got a bunch of stuff. I don't know what we're gonna need. What do you have? Tools, radio parts, hammer, and a screwdriver. All right. Later. Cool. How you doing? You good? Gotta concentrate. Sorry. Come get me when Mick arrives. Got it. Kobe Radio Shack scrap. Kokeby, excuse me. Yep. Take all that. Something over here. The whole shebang that makes Kokeby worth trading at. Barter crews can arrange to meet up or make requests when the bloody thing's working, that is. Keeping hoons out since 2041. What do we got here? Some darts? Some things never go out of style, like throwing sharp objects at round ones. Bring me a beer? No? Piss off then. Rude. That's interesting. They built this around like a... It's not even a train station. It's just like a stopped train. You can feel heat radiating off the doorway in waves. When the cold of evening comes, though, the residual heat will make the inside quite comfortable. Just don't leave any food inside during the daytime, unless you want it slow cooked. Huh. So they use the broken down train as kind of like a makeshift house. Lynn Henson gives you the shortest of glances before returning her gaze to the horizon. Yeah? Who are you? Lynn. She stares off past your shoulder. What do you do? Surveyor. Seems she's not very talkative. Got any tips for me? Don't die. She gives you a humorless grin. What's wrong? Can't catch your tongue? Lynn takes the time to look at you until she has your full attention. If you're not a surveyor, you're not worth my time. She looks away from you again. Rude. Leave her in peace. Lie. Oh, but I am a surveyor. I'm in disguise. Your face is nowhere near... Your face is nowhere in the ledger. Don't waste my time. Don't hurry back. Wow. Screw you, Lynn. The best part about the trading post is that they want visitors. No one's gonna come through if you've got a toilet covered in shit. Nice and clean. What do we got up there? Nothing. Oh, a bin. I'll take some water from the bin. That makes me wonder if, like, there were a couple places that I saw question marks that I couldn't really click at. I wonder if I was just clicking the wrong spot. I guess we'll go into the center of town. Now that I've done a full rotation.
G'day, name's Damo.
Young man stands up straight, bouncing his foot restlessly as he approaches. He has a smear of grease under one eye and a dusty mop of unattended hair held at bay by the weather-beaten cap.
Everyone needs fuel. Black gold's rarer than actual gold these days. I got petrol, diesel, whatever you need.
Where'd you get all that fuel?
Best prices this side of Meriden, or I'll eat my hat.
He grins, but there's a preoccupation to his spiel. The old man sitting next to him groans, head lolling on his shoulders. He's covered in a fine black dust, like he's been rolling around after a brush fire. A thin sheen of sweat glistens on his cheeks, but his lips are as dry as a desert air. Damo looks at him in concern. Steady on now, old fella. He speaks with forced joviality, but there's a tenderness to his face that his worry can't quite conceal. Anything good around these parts? Nah, everything's been pretty much picked clean. For scabbies like us, I mean. The big scores are out west, through Perth. He shudders. After our last trip, I never want to see that skyline again. What happened on your last trip? Fire. For a moment, you're not sure you heard anything, but Damo nods. Our crews turned to work the refinery. Someone forgot to oil the parts, or maybe they didn't clean everything properly last time. Glances at Sid. I know you said sabotage, but I don't see why anyone would bother. The tank was almost as dry as it was. You don't need a plan to be an asshole. Damo cocks his head to the side. True. How come the old tank was running dry? Everything's got to run out sometime, he shrugs. My old man said the tank farm used to be like a forest, and now it's like clear-cut scrub. Doesn't help that the tank exploded when the fire caught and raced back along the pipeline. That doesn't matter, he shakes his head. There's more. He sees you and coughs. More important things to whinge about. Who do you think sabotaged the refinery? Riley's Rippers. He shifts slightly in his chair. The effort exhausts him. Bunch of punks. He stares at Sid in horror. You know him? You're too young for that, kid. He closes his eyes and leans back, clearly unwilling to discuss the subject further. Who are Riley's Rippers? His voice is a low growl. If you have to ask, you shouldn't know. Tremor shakes him. If you find out, you wish you had it. How'd you come across fuel out here? Me and my mate here got it from a refinery out west. He glances at his companion. Actually, he's in a bad way. Reckon you could help? We got into a bit of trouble at the refinery and Sid ended up copping the worst of it. He said everything was fair dinkum. Dinkum? It's a game named Dinkum, right? I'm pretty sure. But now his hair's fallen out. He hasn't eaten in 3 days. You know, all we'll probably need is some iodine. She looks at Sid, tapping her chin. I've got a doctor friend down Brookton way. She'll help him, especially if you told her I sent you. I'm sure Jess would let him take him the camel cart. What do you reckon, Ella? Reckon you get a soft spot for sad cases. See? Sorted. Say nothing.
Really? I mean, thanks. Yes, please.
He springs forward and shakes your hand so hard it makes your elbows hurt.
I'd shake your head, but I've had the runs for the past 6 days.
Thanks, Sid.
You don't want to know what I've been using for toilet paper.
Thanks for that, Sid. He looks up at you, lips cracked, face pale. He's sweating and shivering, has difficulty focusing his gaze. Pleasure's all mine. You're not gonna shit on me, are you? Or what's wrong with you? Pleasure's all mine. I doubt it. Violent tremor shakes him from head to toe.
You just settle back and rest, old fella. When Jess arrives, we'll get you set up nice and comfy for the ride to town.
Tries to speak, but the trembling on his lips defeats him. In the end, he simply
I
nods.
told you there were good people out here. Need some fuel?
Let's see that fuel. You like Sid? said the old man. He's pooping in his boots. It's got a bunch of fuel and an empty bucket. A bucket that's never been patched up is as rare as hen's teeth these days. Okay. Bye.
Good luck out there.
Thanks, you too. What's this? Fresh veggies, premium goods. They don't tend to last long in the sun. Get them while they're hot, or preferably before that. Let's talk to Tina. She's wearing a conductor
Welcome
hat.
to Kokobi, stranger.
She sure is. That is a conductor hat. Love it. The effervescent teenager in an outdated conductor's uniform salutes you neatly as you approach. A polished silver whistle swings on a chain at her hip. Tina, good day. We're just here to pick up some parts for the radio. Then we're headed down to Brookton with Mick and Cole. Thought we'd say hi while we're here. She gestures vaguely at you. This here's a hired gun. Jake reckoned we could use the extra hand. There. Now you're introduced. Ella, Misty, always a pleasure. She smiles, the dimples on her cheeks making her look even younger. Mick's not here yet, but you're just in time. I've got a little bit of a pest problem. Hoping you can see me clear. Got any news for me? Nothing you haven't cottoned on to already by the looks of things. Quite the social butterfly, ain't ya? Yeah, I like talking with people. You in charge here? Yep. She pulls out a shining silver pocket watch and holds it up for all to see. Mount Kokobi is engraved on the front in fine handwriting around an embossed steam engine. Station Master's timepiece. She slips it back into the fob pocket of her pants and gives it a little pat. Anyone gives you grief, you come to me. I don't know what time it is, though. Spring's been busted for years. Aw, can we find a spring for her? I like your uniform. Thanks, she gives you a delighted smile. Found it when I was cleaning out those trains for people to stay in. It was tucked away under a console in the cab like it was waiting just for me. She puts her arms out, does a spin to let you appreciate the uniform from every angle. Noah thought it suited me anyways. Who's Noah? Noah's my brother. He's 4 years older than me, so he's more like my father. She chews on the inside of her cheek as she considers you. Yeah, you're probably about the same age. Where is Noah? Dunno. Signed up with a barter crew. Haven't seen him since. Said something about sowing his wild oats. She falls quiet. I really hope he doesn't become a farmer, though. She feels with the whistle at her hip. He's beyond terrible with plants. Anyway, why do you care? I've got everything you need, she gestures at a stall. Want to trade? Your brother left you here all alone? I've been running Kokobi just fine without his help, thank you very much. Her tone is crisp. He can stay gone for all I care. Tell me more about your pest problem.
Well, we hired a mercenary, Ian Mason,
Guy
to
sucks.
help protect the town.
And he sucks. I saw you talking to him, so you've already know exactly what brand of asshole we're dealing with. Problem is he won't get lost. Claims we have a contract. She gives him the finger and keeps it up as he lazily extends his arm to do the same.
I want you to convince him to move on. Go terrorize someone else. And to stop being such a fucking crybaby.
Her shout carries clearly in the shimmering air.
Wah, wah. I'm a little girl and my big brother's not here.
He holds his fists in front of his eyes in a mocking imitation of a small child.
Go sit on a rusty spike and rotate, you old filthy bastard.
She picks up a rock and pegs it at him. He dodges easily and laughs.
So yeah, I want him gone, thanks.
She turns back to you, her cheeks flushed. I'll go take care of Mason now. Let me see what you got in stock. Let me see what you got in stock. You got milk. You got rope. Great for tying shit down during a sandstorm. Fruit. An empty milk bottle. And meat. Okay. I'll take care of Ian Mason.
Looking forward to your problem-solving capacities.
You got it. Let's get this asshole out of here. What's that? Lovely place for a bit of a kip, but not in this wretched sun. Hello, I'm new in town. Some clever bastards vandalized a sign to read, "Look for trade," instead. The things kids get up to, eh? Wonder what it used to say. Is this a job board? No? Boo. Hey, Gerald.
Friend, welcome to Kokobee and the energy source of the future. See anything you like?
He gestures at the array of solar panels lit around his stall, his clip-on fan bobbing dangerously with the movement. You sell solar panels? Any chance of discount? What makes solar panels so special? What do we got for sale? I like you. Oh, he gives a little laugh, then, oh, as the meanings of the words soak in. He tries to cover his blush by taking off his hat to fan his face. Flattered but spoken for. No, he's not. Oh, Frida. Shut up, he yells back. He freezes mid-fanning motion, clears his throat, and hastily resettles his hat. Want to buy some solar? What makes solar panels so special? Mate, he holds up a hand, drawing the moment out far past anyone's comfort level. I can tell you're new to the energy game. He leans in close. These guys don't give a rat's ass about keeping informed, but me, I know my worth. When it comes to energy, you've got three choices, right? Dig at some black stuff, set it on fire, use that big old orb in the sky, or run water through some turbines or some shit. I don't know about you, but I don't see a whole lot of water nearby, and I hate getting dirt under my fingernails. What's special about solar? It's a gentleman's energy source. Or the ladies. He gives you a worried look before resuming his spiel. In civilization, my friend, that's the way of the future. And apparently the past. He finally runs out of steam and gives you a supposedly charming smile. So what do you say? Want to invest in a better, brighter you? Any chance of a discount? His voice squeaks and coughs and tries again. A discount, mate? You gotta be pulling my leg. Do you have any idea how hard it is to clean these bastards up, haul them halfway across the country, keep all the sand and shit from getting in? A discount? He scoffs. I'd sooner get caught with my pants around my ankles. When the dummy walls fall down. When the dunny walls fall down. Shakes his head and cackles. A discount. Come on, Jerry, Jessa, J-Money. I really want that discount. Look, you seem nice. I'm just not into, he gestures ineffectually. This. Women, nicknames, discounts, human interaction. Human interaction? Is that what this is? He squints at you, then seems to give you some inner voice. Look, if I'm ever in Brookton, I'll buy you a beer, alright? Deal. Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. He shuffles his feet. Want to buy some solar? To Carl. This poor guy just wants to sell some solar panels. I can't speak. My words, they go away. Little did you know you were running into a weirdo. Car battery? Oh, well, it's $2,000 for the gentleman's energy source. I've got 125, so no.
Come back soon.
I don't even know what I would do with that solar panel. I just don't like we have a camp. Or I don't have a camp anyways. Yet. Welcome to Kokobee. Her smile is genuine, if a little hesitant. But maybe you come here all the time. Sorry, I've been out of the trading game for a while. Need any water? What can you tell me about Kokobee? It's a lot bigger than it used to be, she laughs abruptly, startling herself. Not much to do, but it's a handy crossroads for hawking your wares with a hapless passerby. What are you doing here? Selling water, or at least, I hope so. Do you want to buy some? What's your story? I'm Frida. Got a decent source of sweet-tasting water, and I'm looking for a long-term mutual exchange. She appraises you with a practiced eye. Forgive me, but you don't seem like the settled-down type. If you come across someone who's looking for a steady supply and can buy in bulk, tell them to look me up. Sure. She also has meat and soap. Used for cleaning yourself, or others, if you're into that. Okay. You know, whatever you're into. No judgment. It's for the camels, mate. Go get your own food. No wheat for me. Pencils. HB or not HP? I wonder if that's a Australian thing. This container's locked up tight. Alright then. Keep your tires. Alright, let's go get rid of that jerk. Look at this guy. Kind of spooky. He's got a grenade on his belt and a knife. This man's walking around in a hood with what looks like gold chains around his waist, a knife, and a grenade. What is that too? The tattoo just says crimes. He has a tattoo above his belly button that just says crimes. Okay. Welcome back, he grins, showing too many teeth. Tina wants you to move on, mate. I don't give a fuck what Tina wants. She hired me, and I kept my end of the bargain, protecting Kokobi. It's gonna take more than you and your two little nursemaids to change my mind. These characters are all so weird. Yeah, it's good. It gives people a lot of flavor. I like it. I like a lot of people with a lot of flavor. Not to eat though. Not eating people. I'm not saying I like bland people either. I don't want to eat people. Crime. Yeah. Look, the dude just likes some crime. Maybe that's why he wears a mask. You know. There's gotta be something you want, mate. What can we do to convince you? Or utilitarian? I can't make you leave, but you're wasting your talents here, don't you think? All kinds of places you'd be appreciated more, paid more. Let's give that a shot. He narrows his eyes and crosses his arms. He works his jaw. You can tell he's getting ready to bring out the big guns. I have a contract. Merc's word is his worth. I go back on that, I'll never work again. How about we settle this the old-fashioned way? Give him $100? No. I'm tired of this. You're never going to work again as it is. We could attack him. Or cut the crap. How much will it cost to make you disappear? You never get work again if you're dead either. Let's go with that. What? How are you going to protect all these people if you get yourself killed by running your mouth? Or, way I see it, you're making a damn good case for why the world would be better off without you. Let's do the run in your mouth. His face curls up, scowling as he gets your meaning. Sounds like you're the one angling to get yourself killed. Look, mate, you're an asshole to everyone. Me? I've got the patience of a saint. Someone less patient would have pulled a gun on you by now. Or, keep in mind, mate, we're with the scouts. Think they'd let you kill us with no consequences? Think some other meaner bastard than me will put up with your bullshit? Less patient. He lets out a genuine laugh. You find this lecturing strangers thing actually works? Piss off. I'm seeing out the end of the contract and getting paid. Smirk fades from his face, and he pauses for a second, considering. Look, only way I'm leaving is if you pay out my contract. He jabs your shoulders for emphasis, hard enough to leave a bruise. $50 cash or that gun of yours? What'll it be? Give him $50. Lie and say I don't have that much. Offer him your gun. It's all yours if you leave this place and don't come back. I'm not giving you anything. How about the cost of a few bullets instead and attack him? Last chance, walk away or I'll kill you. Here's my offer. If you leave now, I won't tell the scouts and everyone we can get on the radio that you're an incompetent asshole. Or I don't have time for this and walk away. Incompetent asshole. His face goes red and he nods tersely. You've made your point.
I was getting bored of this shithole anyway. Good luck protecting the place without me.
Goodbye. Fucking garbage human. there's 2 question marks here, so I feel like there's probably loot in one of these. Loot? Loot? No. Alright. Let's go talk to our friend. I got rid of the jerk. You go away now. I gave him no money.
G'day! What can I do for you?
Took care of that merc for you. Yeah, I saw. Gotta admit, I was hoping for a little more wham, pow, bam. But she shrugs. I guess I'm glad you didn't have to beat him up. We still could. Tina wags her finger at Misty in mock sternness. You're a cheeky one, aren't you? But she smiles. I gained 100 XP. She lets out a sigh, all the tension draining from her body. Finally, I feel like this place is on the up and up. Thanks again, friend. She holds out her hand to shake yours. Shake her hand, give her a low 5, do nothing, give her a high 5. Shake her hand. Here's the beginning of a beautiful partnership. So, any idea when Mick's gonna arrive? You're new to this area, aren't you? Her tone is sympathetic. Mick's a force of nature, like a cyclone or a dust storm. When he's here, you'll know. Oh, you'll know, alright. Don't forget that he's the one paying us today. Come on, what's life without a little fun at your employer's expense? She pauses. Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know. She spots some new arrivals. And would you look at that, right on time. If by that you mean half a day late. She waves at the sun-baked woman and overdressed man walking over from where they've hitched their camels.
Hello there, Tina. Lovely as the day is long, as always.
We would have been here sooner, but, well, let's just say it's been an eventful day.
She looks frazzled. It certainly has. Had some excitement in the morning. Had to deal with some diplomacy after that. Not a bad day's work, if I say so myself. I suppose introductions are in order. I'm Mick Jones, and this is Jess Brown. Runs Brookton's barter crew. When I'm needed elsewhere, he studies you. Excuse me one sec. Still can't shake this thing. I mostly feel okay, but it's just doing a number on my voice, whatever it is. So, you're a new face in this crowd. You into forging alliances, or do you prefer to rough it alone? Do you want my actual answer or the answer I think you want? Nice. Working together is the only way to restore civilization. You've got to stick together if you want to get anything done. A group has more bargaining power than one person alone. Restore civilization. Oh, you're one of those. Well, it takes all kinds, I guess. I don't think you'll find civilization's too grateful for your help, though. Jess gives him a long-suffering look and sighs. On that note, I think I'll go check in on Frida. She gives you a friendly nod. Pleasure to meet you. This the quality recruit you're accepting these days? Ella gives him a one-shouldered shrug. He frowns. Though, speaking of new recruits, he adjusts his coat and nods to Misty. Young lady, you've been looking well. Me, I'm off for a quick squiz at the goods. Gotta keep my hands in. Let me know when you're ready to head off to Brookton. No worries, we took care of Tina's pest problem, so we're free as. Scouts, free? What do I pay you all that good money for then? He grins at her. She shakes her head and sighs. He gives you a jaunty salute. See you shortly. Dreamer smiles and waves at his departing back, then speaks in a low voice. Must be our lucky day. We got old Charmer Mick. On bad days, it's the old bastard. She puts her hand down when it's clear he's not going to look back.
Let's finish up and get on the road.
Alright. Party management. Party management tab uses details party skills, attributes, experience level. Serves as a shared stash. It's not accessible in combat, so make sure to equip your characters with weapons. Okay. Equipping items. To equip and non-equip items, you can left click, drag to move. Okay. I'm gonna give me another grenade. Should probably give out some of these medkits, huh? How many hit points do we have? Where does it say hit points? Damage, armor, initiative. experience. Because, like, bandages restore 5 hit points. These restore 20. Do we have 20 hit points? Oh, right here. On the photo. 22, 23, 20. Alright. Everybody gets a medkit. Medkit? Medkit? Medkit. Oh, they have different amounts of space. That's interesting. I wonder what that's based off of. I'm sure it's one of the stats, but... Like, she's got... Dreamer's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of whatever this tool thing is, versus 4 on Ella and 5 on me. Cool. Everyone has a knife. Everyone has a gun and a pistol. Alright. Why does it still say there's something to do here? Moral compass. Quest. Get Sid settled for the trip to Brookton. Alright, let's go do that. Let's ask Jess about putting Sid in the camel cart. Alright, let's find Jess. Just notice the cat. The cat. Oh, and there's a arcade. Huh. Jess. Always happy to see a new friendly face out here. Hope the road's been treating you well. Let's see. Need anything? Nothing than Mo, but thanks for asking. She gives you the briefest of smiles. You come here often? Every couple of days, she scratches her cheek. It's not a bad run. Tina knows to hold the good stuff for us. What can you tell me about Kokobi? Why ask me when Tina's right there? She shrugs. Used to be a rail stop before the world went to hell. Became a training post because people could follow the tracks. She points at the parallel lines of iron stretching across the countryside. What do you do? I drive a camel cart between Brookton and Kokobi as part of a permanent trade route. Occasionally I chance it, sleep out under the stars, but only when I know I won't get caught. Who are you? Like Mick said, name's Jess, trader from out of Brookton. Mostly travel with Mick, but also been known to go solo. Got anything to trade? Nah, we're here picking up other people's orders and stuff to sell back home. Could we give a sick scabby a lift to Brookton on the back of your cart? Mick looks like he's about to say something, but she holds up her hand to stave him off. Sid's that bad, huh? Yeah, I'll shift some things around. Get him over the cart, and I'll handle the rest. Have a good one.
You came back. Does this mean you're ready to go?
Let's give him a bottle of water.
Thanks.
I kind of wanted to do that this entire time because when we first walked up, they were like, his lips are cracked and yada yada. And it's like he clearly, like, he needs water. Like, maybe he needs iodine and whatever else, but he clearly needs water. So I'm glad they finally let me give him a bottle of water. He can barely lift his hands to hold it, but when you press the bottle to his lips, he gulps greedily, emptying it in one go. Yeah, dude needed some goddamn water. What are we doing here, people? He gives you a weak smile, then leans back in his chair, exhausted. Ready when you are. You good to go? At Sid's nod, Damo helps him to his feet. Throwing Sid's arm across his shoulders, Damo all but drags him to the camels. He gets him settled, then turns to you. He's just gonna shit it out. Jesus, Jade. Look, even if you have a problem with the liquids leaving your body, you should still be consuming extra liquids because you're still getting dehydrated. And staying hydrated is very good for fighting sickness. Alright? G over here playing Machiavellian nihilist. Well, I'm glad I could give you a playthrough that looks what it would look like if you wanted to be a human. know your playthrough, Mr. Machiavellian nihilist. Out here just taking names and murdering folks. How much you gonna pay me to transport you? How about that? How about that? Gets him settled and turns to you. Poor guy can barely even walk. I'll catch you up at Brookton. Thanks again. You have no idea how much this means to me. Takes one more look at Sid, pinches the bridge of his nose, then walks back to his stall.
Good luck out there.
You got it. Colonel. Check up on Sid's medical treatment. That's probably when we get there. I don't know where the cart is. Maybe over by the wagons. I mean the camels. Let's go check on that. Let's see if there's a Sid that I can talk to. Check up on his medical care. And if not, we'll go talk to Mick. Nah, I think we're good. Let's go have a chat with old Mick. Take you to Brookton when you're ready to go. It always pays to travel in packs. You planning to stay long? Nope. Heading back to Brookton as soon as we finish up. I'd have a lot more guns if we were staying out overnight. What can you tell me about Kokomi? The food here is atrocious.
I heard that.
Aw, poor Tina. He grins. Just kidding. Tina can grill a roast steak like nobody's business. What else do you want to know? Give me some info on the young kid with all the fuel. The mercenary is a real fucking ray of fucking sunshine. Let's go with that. Deadeye Mason? He guffaws. Ask about him in Meriden. Guy's a bloody legend in his own lunchbox. Maybe I will. Anything about the lady selling water? Frida's a good sort. Jumps at the sight of her own shadow, but she's got a kind heart. Shame, really. Save your pity for the dogs, Mick Jones. Her tone is harsh, but her eyes dance with laughter. I didn't come out of hiding after 15 years to have you sneak compliments behind my back. Right, you're on, missus. He doffs an imaginary hat. Compliments out front from now on. Who's a solar panel guy? Mr. Blue Flannel? He peers at him across the distance and shakes his head. I know just about everyone, but him, he's new. Probably won't last long. A young kid with a fuel? Daniel's a good bloke. Trying to do right by his dad, God rest his soul. Watch out for Sid, though. He's mean as cat's bits. Not right now, he's not. Do you know what happened to Tina's brother Noah? Not that I'm willing to tell a damn near stranger. Gives you a look. Anything I knew to go to Tina first anyways. Don't go meddle in family affairs. General life advice. You and Tina seem to get on. I've known her since before she could walk. Never seen a baby so quick to grab hold of anything shiny. That's when I knew she was going to be alright. Want to trade? Everything we brought is spoken for, but there's plenty of other options in Brookton. Alright, let's get going. He grunts and strokes his chin, considering. Need to make sure we're all squared up with Tina before we roll out. Calls loudly towards a diminutive trader. Oi! You no good swindler! Brood. We're gonna get moving. Any last Duvalakis you want to force into my pockets before we call it quits? She cocks her hands on her hips and stares him right in the eye. I don't know, mate. It's been a long day. Not sure I have the energy to haggle with a stubborn old mule. He feigns outrage. Why, you cheeky ankle biter, I oughta... Starts chuckling. Right. Then, we're on the road. See you in a bit, eh? He gestures at you to follow. Come on. Sooner we get back to town, sooner you can buy me a beer. Let's head to Brookton. Barack Spinoza. Peace is not a mere absence of war, but is a virtue that springs forth of character. Well now, Mick cracks his neck, then gives himself a little shake. It's getting late, but we are here. You should have a look around town, introduce yourself to the locals. Never hurts to know who you're dealing with, especially if you're planning on heading out this way often. Thanks I will, I'm good thanks. Okay, any pointers on who I should meet? Sounds like a bit of a waste of time. Pointers? Depends what you're after. We got local and blow-in merchants right here. Well, they'll be gone by dark if you want to bother. Sarah down at the clinic if you need any doctoring. And of course, Sally at the Broken Arms if you're ready for a beer. He shrugs. Of course, you could have found all this out by yourself by taking a quick tour, like I suggested. Sounds like a bit of waste of time. I'm good, thanks. Thanks, I will. Come on, I'll show you around.
Let's go.
All right, Trevor. All right, we're on the top left of the map. What's that? There's an apostrophe in Bob's. It's been scratched out and repainted so many times, there's now a permanent gouge in the wood. War never changes. More camels. What we got over here? If you're not in a barter crew, the life of a traveling merchant is usually a solitary one. Those who find someone to travel with are a lucky lot. That's sad. It's a big wall. You do what you can to protect your people, even if it means shutting out the rest of the world. Depressing. What do we got here? Some meat on the bobby. I'll take it. Thank you for the meat. Ambulance. Sarah's ambulance. Can't clock quite as many miles as it once did, but it still has its uses. Is the hospital here just literally like an ambulance? They just have an ambulance here and they're like, good enough. It has some stuff we can use. Hey Cole, what are you up to, bud? Looks up from his work, but you can tell he's thinking through some problem or other. Hey, what do you need? Got any news? News? Tapston thinking. It's Echidna breeding... Echidna? Echidna breeding season, so keep an eye out for trains crossing the roads. Oh, that's not news. That's a fact. Sorry. Okay. Need anything? Mate, you ever had fizzy water? His eyes light up. I had some at a pub once. Spent ages trying to get the nozzle right. Then I couldn't find a small enough air compressor. Pretty sure Mad's still angry I covered her in sugar syrup. Said it made the flies 100 times worse. Attracted lorikeets too, but... what's there to do around here? Well, traders are always coming through. Help out at the clinic or the farm if you got the know-how. Pub's pretty popular, of course. Lots of stuff. There's the guy in the cage, if you like a little extra crazy in your day. Tried to take on our barter crew, but didn't really work out for him. How much time do you spend in Brookton? A lot. Most of it, I guess. There's usually a job somewhere around. I mean, I was in Beverly a few weeks ago and Alderside, I think last month, but often I sit at the hall and work on stuff there. Matt says there are days on end where I don't talk. Says it's fucking delightful. I think she thinks I talk too much. What do you do? Mechanic, sort of. I like to fix machines and take them apart, then fix them again. It's kind of a never-ending cycle around here. What just happened? What's that? What we got? Oh no, there's a proper clinic. It's not just an ambulance. Sarah's clinic and sometimes hospice. Rough. Where's your wheelie bin? That's gotta be an Australian thing. Alright, Sarah? Hello, can I help you? She puts down the rags she's tearing to make bandages and gives you her full attention. Who are you? Sarah Taylor. My husband and son run the farm outside of town. What do you do? Town doctor. Mostly I dispense pain relief and a dose of reality for people who forget what really matters. What are those bandages for? Whoever needs them. She pats a pile of unwound scraps. What is important is that they've lain in the sun and then been boiled so they won't get anything nasty in the wound when it comes time to wrap it. Got any news for me? Nothing you couldn't get from other people with more time on their hands. Noted. Sarah's a busy woman. You need anything? A full surgical suite. Her expression doesn't change, but she glances at you before continuing. For real though, distilled water is always in high demand. Woody pear, Mari tree sap, lemongrass shoots, the usual. Can I point you towards the woman with the water? How'd you end up in Brookton? Was it the accident that gave me away? If she has one, it's imperceptible. I moved here after I met John, and then we had Sean. It made sense to stay somewhere safe. She looks up at the walls with unexpected fondness. Brookton served us well so far. Oh, what do you get for sale? I'm sorry, what? Focused blast grenade? We came to the only medical clinic in town, and she has 2 items for sale. 1, bandages. Makes sense. Simple but effective. Bung it on to restore 10 HP. And 2, focused blast grenade. The perfect gift for a pack of raiders. Deals 18 to 30 damage, as well as 5 armor damage in a 4-meter radius. Huh. Alright, don't fuck with Sarah. You got it. Noted. Who's this guy? Sid. Oh, it's Sid. How else am I supposed to sell all those bandages? So she's creating business, is what you're saying. This is like, she's like, look, you can be passive and let business come to you, or you can go out into the world and create business. Here's any raid. Yeah, if you got raider problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a raider ain't one. Because I have a blast grenade. Good to see you, young Sheila. He gives you a friendly nod. How you doing, Sid? What do you do? Now? Nothing much. He leans his head back, relaxing in the chair. Too old, and I've done too much shit to bother keeping up appearances. Well, what did you used to do? He waves a hand irritably. Demo already told you about our fuel running. We were all paid up on our membership. Don't know why some crazy bastard set the processing plant on fire when we had every right to be there. I know Dano doesn't think it's sabotage, but the boy is not the sharpest spoon in the drawer. Do you mean sharpest knife? Let's let it go, because he's kind of mean. Never forget what you've done for me, mate. You're welcome. Alright, I'm going to talk to this dead ringer in just a minute. We've been going for a couple hours. Perfect time to go hit the head, grab a drink, which I'm going to do. I welcome you to do the same. Get up, stretch, move around a little bit. It's good to do. We're going to play some ads while we're gone. That is obviously not to pick up any of those little precious pennies. We're just trying to get rid of those pesky pre-rolls for any new folks who may stumble on in. But don't worry, if you're a sub, you'll just get to look at this lovely screen for the next several minutes. Or you can get up, stretch, do whatever. If you're not, you won't miss any content either, because we're going to play the ads. Ads are going to play. We're all going to come back together, and we'll start the game back in 3 minutes. So I'll see you in 3 minutes. back, everyone. Let's get back in talking to this man in a cage here. Dead ringer. Hey! The blood-splattered raider surges to his feet as you approach, gripping the chain link on his cage. Hey, pretty lady. He smiles, showing dark gaps where his teeth used to be. Beautiful lady, gorgeous lady. Light of the moon and the stars. Get me out of this cage, hmm? He tilts his head to the side and gives you puppy dog eyes, complete with pathetic whimpers and useless pawing at the sides of the cage. What will you give me if to let you out? I'm pretty sure you must be in there for a reason. Why should I help you? Who put you in there? What will you do if I free you? This treatment is inhumane. Who do I have to talk to get you out of here? What will you do if I free you? He peers at you. Free? Nah, man, none of us are free. If we could do whatever we wanted, I'd be flying up there with the birds. He lets out a trilling whistle, a convincing facsimile of a local bird call. But getting out of this cage would be nice. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. So you're starting off on a bad note. This right here, this is a politician's answer. I asked him what is he going to do. I happen to also include in that sentence, when you are free. And he focused on the free part and then told me a bunch of stuff about freedom and didn't answer the important part of the question, the only part of the question. He just went on a tangent related to something else that was said in the sentence, as opposed to answering my question, which is, what are you going to do when you get out of there? Don't like you already. Who put you in there? Military grade Barbie. He lifts his hand above his head, estimating height. But she's not the decision maker. That'd be old gut wound. He grins, slicing across his abdomen with his thumb. Who's gut wound? Goes by another name now, does he? That's right. Stares off into the distance towards the marketplace. He breathes the words so low you almost miss him. Mick Jones. Why do you call Mick gut wound? It's what he called himself. You should ask him. I mean, for a bloody good time. He grins. The sight is not pleasant. I feel like you're setting me up to piss him off. Why should I help you? Why shouldn't you? His retort comes quickly like a crack of a whip. Don't you care about justice? Pretty sure you're in there for a reason. He shrugs. So, riddle me this. He takes a closer look, squinting in the harsh sunlight. Merc? His grin widens. In the heat of battle, you get your 4 Fs. You're fighting, you're flighting, you're freezing, and your procreation. He giggles and stops himself. Who hasn't gotten a little carried away in the wash of it all? When the blood hits the dust and it smells like... He holds his fingers to his nose, sniffs, and then looks up. Rain. No. Nope. Nope, that man is where he belongs. Or he belongs in a ditch. I don't know what he's got going on, but I don't like it. Not one bit. What's that? Come on, hit us a 6. Oh, is it cricket? I bet you it's cricket. Gotta let those little ankle biters have fun. Aw, someone build a playground. That's cute. They even, they do stuff on the walls. They got a little koala. And that's a kangaroo. Aw. Reach out with the kiddos. Hello? Maybe not. What's this? Milk bottle, large empty water bottle, and some scrap. Sure. Take all the things. What did we learn from Thief Simulator? We take all the things. What's this? The trailer that mixed crew use on their barter runs to Kokobee. Hello. Hey, his voice is deep and pleasant. If you're here to help out, we're glad to have you. Who are you? Sean Taylor of Taylor's Farm. Pleased to meet you. What do you do? I work the farm with Dad and help keep Brockton fed. Brookton fed. It's a busy life, that's for sure. Got any news for me? Not unless you're interested in the gossip of sheep and pigs. I mean, maybe. What do they got to say? I mean, who knows around now? Post-apocalyptic, it could be anything. Maybe the pigs can talk. Anything? Nah, he stretches with a grunt. Nothing a good night's sleep won't fix. Alright. Well, goodbye. Good to see you again. What can I do for you? What do you do with the camels when you're not traveling? What is there to do around here? Drink and shoot the shit? She gives you a faint smile. Most people don't stay long. They come to the big smoke for one reason or another, and then they go on with their lives. Those who do stay tend to have families, though. She falls quiet. Aw, poor Jess doesn't have a family. What do you do with your camels when you're not traveling? Bob and Don hang out at the Taylor's farm with the other camels and sheep. I think they like the company. That's cute. I wonder which one's Bob and which one's Don. You more of a Bob or a Don? What's this? Oh! I left. I didn't mean to leave. I hit an exit button. I didn't mean to. Okay, but now that we're here, who the hell is that? Hello. He holds eye contact for a second, searching for something. His voice is a pained whisper, scraped across raw vocal cords. Can I help you? Who are you? John Taylor. Brookton born and raised. Pleased to make your acquaintance. He nods in place of a smile. What do you do? We're on this plot of land with my son, Sean. What happened here? Some of Pris's dogs thought they could get better at me because I was taking a leak. Got 3 of them. Winged 2. In return, they got half our sheep. Must be getting desperate if they're ranging this far west. He squints up at the sun. It's a long fucking walk to rustle a few sheep. Shakes his head. Got this ripper new farmhand who came back with almost as many as we lost, though. We're not going to starve anytime soon, which is what it was looking like this morning. What's wrong with your voice? You don't beat around the bush, do ya? Gives you an appraising look. Too much yelling is a stock hand. Either that, or it's cancer. Nothing be done either way. Can't you see a doctor? Only every night, because it's his wife. He chuckles. Sarah runs the Brookton Clinic. She told me there's nothing to worry about, so I don't.
Right. That's enough socializing for one day.
Ella's done with my shit.
You Cadbury.
It's good to know your limits. She stretches and yawns. Let's head back to Bali Bali. Sun's about to set. Dreamer looks sheepish. I was hoping we could hit the pub. Check in on Jake and Jonesy. Ella raises an eyebrow. Misty fidgets and looks away.
Nick will want to grill the new kid on how the day went down. Let's handle that part first, yeah?
What's this? Every farmer's heyday starts here. Oh, because it's hay. Do you get it? Because it's hay. Bitey? It's named Bitey? This ragged-eared jumbuck has gotten his head stuck in the fence while trying to eat a nearby bush. He looks up at you with a ruminant hatred as he stands perfectly still, legs splayed from when he braced to try to pull himself free. As you regard his predicament, he lets out a massive fart and a wet slop of manure lands in the dry grass behind him. Thanks, Bitey. Appreciate it. Examine the fence. He shifts minutely and sees you, and you see suddenly that the part of the fence he's got his head stuck in is actually a flap, and that he could pull free anytime he wanted. A good shearing would make it easier for him, though. Examine the sheep. The wires of the fence look sharp. but they tangle in his wool before they get close to the skin. What's more, there's one wire in particular that runs across under his chin, perfect height for him to rest his head on. He actually seems quite comfortable. Try to pull the sheep free, try to push the sheep's head back through the gap, pull the sheep out of the fence from behind. Try to push the sheep's head back through the gap. He doesn't take kindly to having your hands on his face. It's a short, sharp struggle as he tries to catch the flat skin of your palms between his teeth. But finally he's free of the fence and you're unscathed. He huffs and steps genteelly out of his own mounting pile of filth. You're welcome, Bitey, you jerk. Damn sheep. What we got here? Pile of brick? Screwdriver and some shears? Sure. Take that as a reward for saving your sheep from accidentally cutting itself. Or what have you. You're welcome. Simone de Beauvoir. We talked to everybody, we didn't even touch this whole section of the map. The whole middle section of the map. What's that? When the cities collapsed, people brought what they could carry to barter for safe passage. Now, with more and more towns succumbing to the desert, places like Brookton have got a surplus. Friend and allies, lend me your ears. Because they're ears of corn. Is that because they're ears of corn? Sure. Liquid gold, kept close at hand for thirsty plants. Hasn't rained to fill them up in ages, though. I'm gonna keep talking to people until Ella gets sick of me. New in town? She puts down her hoe and pulls off her heavy gardening gloves. Wipes her hands on her pants before shaking yours. It's always a pleasure to see a new face. Hope you might stay for a while. Who are you? I'm Milana, Jess's mum. Oh. Jess does have family here. She uses the back of her hand to brush a sweaty strand of hair away from her face. What do you do here? Gardener, chicken wrangler, occasionally butcher. Anything to do with food that's not actually cooking it, I'm your lady. On the other hand, I make a mean lamentation. What's a lamentation? She looks a little flustered. You don't... Oh, she thinks for a moment. Vanilla sponge cake? Dipped in a chocolate icing mix, then rolled into a desiccated coconut. Desiccated? Yeah. Bit of a delicacy these days, though. Coconut seeds that come by. She gives a small smile. No one really went for handfuls of dried plant fiber, even when they were starving after the big drop. She grows stern. Only monsters put jam and cream inside them, though. A good sponge can stand on its own moist legs, but it'll collapse under the extra weight and turn into a slurry at the slightest provocation. Anything for sale? Barley and hops. She makes some beer. Excuse me. Paintbrush, rope, handsaw, hammer, mushrooms. A lot of tools. A lot of tools about. I wonder what they're for. The dirt around town is dry and thin, but there's good rich soil to dig your fingers into. Into the chicken coop. Chicken. Lay a little egg for me. Okay. Let's see what's over here. Not many people own a home these days. Keeping your garden up to snuff can make the troubles of the world a little more bearable. Hey, Lumi. Been lurking. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you, Lumi. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate the lurks, absolutely. And thanks for saying hi. Hope you're having a great day as well. Always happy to have lurkers. Nothing wrong with hanging out. I do a lot of lurking myself. I actually lurk a lot in Lumi's stream. That being said, if you're sitting here watching and you're not subbed to Lumi, if you're not following Lumi, you can go sub her too, but definitely give her a follow at least. She's great. Plays a lot of competitive games, which is more than I can say for me. I don't do the whole competitive game stuff. But she does. When I head to bed, don't go giving any more of my water away. Get out of here. Scram. I'll give away as much as your water as I wanna. Give away all of it. Who's thirsty? You thirsty? You want some water? Who wants some water? Also, thank you for giving Lumi a shout out, Jay. I appreciate it. What is this button? This is a new button for me. Oh, it popped for me to follow her? That's interesting. I mean, obviously I'm already following Lumi, but... Streams League of Legends and Valorant. Oh, we could go into the Broken Arms. Is that the bar? We'll come back to that. We have a school. And there's the creepy guy in the cage, who we are not going to let out. Not sure if you want both done or just the bot command. I don't know. What do they look like? Which one's which? The shout out, that's the bot command, which does the little thing. And then the actual shout out. Yeah, the Twitch shout out is a touch aggressive. Yeah, not sure. Okay, good to know. Thank you, G. I mean, the bot command's good. Maybe we stick with that one. I mean, the Twitch shoutout command is good, I think, because it gives, like, I don't know, like shows you that you're getting shouted out or something, I think. I don't know. Both is probably fine, too. We're pretty flexible around here. Thank you for all of your hard modding work, G. While you're down below deck looking at all the plunder, can you let me know how many bottles of water we have down there? Just do a general look through, see how many extra bottles of water we have that we can give away. Must be nice to get on the beers without fears of being glassed. It's glass drunk. Is that Australian for drunk, maybe? None, because you gave it all away. Aww. No water for us. Sorry for giving all of our water away. It was worth it. While not the trading hub that Kokobi is, Brookton still has enough wares to cater to for its own. What are you doing? Surveyors Guild out of York hasn't sent anyone for a while. Wonder where they're exploring now. You know all the knickknacks this person has. Buck Harris. Bruce Harris. The VGV drought. It's just a thirsty looking Viking. As you approach, Bruce gives you a warm, beaming smile. Good day, new around here, eh? How you doing, buddy? Who are you? I'm Bruce Harris. Still a bit of this and a bit of that. Mostly clean water, some fresh produce. Have a look. CG, you get new water everywhere. Plenty of water. Where does your water come from? I know a guy. His smiles widely again, almost laughing as he answers. Can't be giving away my secrets, man. Okay. Where did you come from? I was in Adlerside yesterday. Brief stop in Ardeth before that. Just doing the rounds and the Deweys and other water merchants might have missed. Just doing the rounds the Deweys, the Dew farmers, and other merchants might have missed. All right. You didn't say where you were from. Oh, some ways east of here. Few days hike, little place off the main tracks. No, where specifically are you from? Geez, persistent, aren't you? His smile fades for the first time, but he still has the same warmth about him as he speaks. I would have said where if I were keen for you to know. A lot of us blow in here, do some trade, and then blow out again. I got miles of feed back home that rely on home staying off the maps. What are Deweys? Oh, you know, dew farmers. Glad they're helping with the water shortage, even if it's a bit of a competition. A lot of need out there at the moment. What have you got for sale? Radio parts, mushrooms, fruit, barley, and a bunch of water. Okay. Bye-bye. Nope. Journal. Wait, what was this? Not available in demo. Okay. This character begins combat with reduced initiative. After a few turns, they gain a bonus that lasts for the rest of combat. That's interesting. Oh, from these. It's from where we are on the scale. So for more humanists, we'd get something terrible or divine. Critical hits deal 100% damage, but initiative is reduced to 0 on critical misses, forcing this character to act last next round. Critical hit and critical miss chances are increased by 5. Interesting. If the character ends combat without combat fatigue, they start the next combat with the brave condition. Character gains 3 initiative, their allies within 8 units. Neat. Get the Brookton cage key from Mick? No, don't think I will. Alright, let's talk to Mick. Met the locals then. He sizes you up. Looks like you've been through the ringer, new kid. Time for a beer. Each person paying for themselves, of course. Excuse me, I just need a moment of your time. The speaker's a tall, broad-shouldered man, well-groomed with a gold necklace and a gold bracelet, glinting in the sun. Despite his size, he moves with a fluid grace. He reminds you of nothing so much as a big cat. Attractive, smiling, and dangerous as hell. Who the hell are you? Kinda busy here. Can your business wait? Remain silent. Let's remain silent. Spit it out then. All the humor is gone from him. Like he senses a threat. He's alert and focused, his eyes never leaving the newcomer. James's voice is low and calm. My name's James Wakefield. Glad to meet you, Mr. Jones, as I come bearing a proposition for you and your people. Proposition, he repeats, flatly and dismissively. Better make it quick, mate. James holds out his hands, palms up. Let me be plain, then. I come from a powerful community to the east. We're rebuilding civilization, and would like to invite Brookton to be part of that effort. Join us, and we can end the age of grubbing through the relics of the past. Join us, and we can usher in an age of miracles. Mick's eyes narrow. You want us to bow and scrape to someone who's never even looked our way before? who never had the good grace to come and say hello himself? He spits to the side. Civilization. Mm-hmm. And what do we get out of it, pray tell? Civilization will bring the rains, fill these fields with wheat again? What happens if we say no? We should hear him out. Maybe it would be a benefit to us all. Without taking his eyes off Wakefield, Mick scoffs. I don't remember asking for your opinion, mate. He stares at the stranger silently for a few seconds. We've got nothing but your word to go by, mate. Show us some of these miracles if we're so keen to bring us into the fold. James chuckles. Mr. Jones, I was sent merely to make the offer. I'm a messenger, not a diplomat. If it's pretty words you're after, you're not the man I thought you were. Well, Mr. Not a Diplomat, why don't you piss off back home? Tell your overlords. If they want us kissing their boots, they're going to have to prove those boots are worth the tonguing. Till they can, answer's a hard no. James takes the answer with equanimity. I must ask one more time. We can offer your people many things. Food, water, protection, freedom from want or care, the future and its limitless possibilities, rather than scratching out a living on the edge of darkness. He said no, or aren't you listening? What kind of guarantees are you offering? Maybe we like the darkness. The only way anyone's free from want or care is if they're dead. And what's the cost of that protection? Absolute obedience? You're not the first one to try that, mate. Or remain silent. What kind of guarantees are you offering? Wait one bloody minute, mate. We're not haggling for the freedom of Brookton. I said the answer was a hard no, so let me emphasize it. Hard fucking no. Got it? Piss off, Wakefield. Tell your masters we're not buying. You know, I'm beginning to see who's the asshole here. No means no, now bugger off. You seem to know a lot about us for someone we've never met before. Who are you? Where are you from? Are you threatening us? Remain silent. Where do you come from? James spreads his hands. I'm simply the bearer of good news from lands to the east. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't know why you're taking this bloke seriously. Join his mysterious far-off community so we can, I don't know, all drive cars again? She laughs scornfully. Mutton chop's been out in the sun too long, I reckon. Piss off, mate. She seems like she's taking her cues from Mick and Ella. No need to be rude. His tone is mild. You've made your choice clear. My duty was to ask, and so I have done. Be assured that I shall sleep soundly tonight. A good evening to you all. I'll make sure Cole gets Bolly Bolly back up on the radio waves. Toot sweet. We can't be offline if you need us in a pinch. Mick stares after Wakefield, thoughtful. Might be a good idea, yeah. Cheers. Tomorrow we can send someone to follow his tracks, find out where he came from. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna need a beer or 5 after that ordeal. See you in the pub. Head to the pub and get your beers on. Okay. Ella stretches and
Hell of
yawns.
a day, yeah? Gotta head back and spell Matt. She'll have gotten pissy sitting up in that nest by her lonesome for hours.
Dreamer nods, slapping dust off her trousers. She seems unable to give her companion her full attention.
I was actually planning to head to the pub. Like you said, it's been a hell of a day.
Pub o'clock, yeah? I'm parched. Hope we'll see you in there. Don't be a bloody idiot. If you're having a night at the Arms, we're taking the truck. You can walk back home. Ripper, see you in the morning, El. He nods to all of you as he and Jonesy head for the pub door. Bit of a hike to Bolly Bolly, isn't it? What's a drink or two? Not like there's many cars on the road these days. Smart. Better to walk than end up wrapped around a tree. Bit of a hike. It'll do them good. They can walk off the hangover. She turns her gaze back to the younger woman. Right, Misty. Let's pack it in. We've got a free ride home, and like I said, Matt'll be pissy about being left out all alone, out of all the action. To be fair, I thought today would be less eventful, but yeah, time to go. Dreamer sighs unhappily. Okay, look, El, I know you prefer to base your decisions on facts, so here goes. She holds up 3 fingers on her right hand. 1, I swear I'd never say this, but you're not my mom. She ticks off her ring finger and touches her index finger. 2, I'm an adult. I'm capable of making my own decisions. Tonight, I choose to hit the pub. She folds down her index finger and glances at the remaining middle finger. And hey, there's point 3. Listen, my mind's made up. I'm having a few drinks. Not planning to get wasted. Cut me some slack.
And mate, we saved that boy a key road today. Can you understand that? We saved an innocent life. That's worth a fucking beer in my book. You know what? We solved that merc at Kokeby without spilling any blood. Even though he really deserved a good smack.
Sure did.
And probably would have gotten worse than that if he'd hung around any longer. So we saved 2 people. 2 beers.
I like this math. Ella looks like she's about to talk, but Misty holds up her hand and keeps going. Plus, we know Taylor's farm was raided today. What if they come back? What if they want revenge? Brookton will need guns, and I'm happy to have a pint and then stand guard. If you're going to defend the town, drink's a bad idea. It dulls your reflexes. You're absolutely right. Just don't drink too much. For fuck's sake, don't encourage her. Brookton's got him handled, Misty. They don't need our guns here. Come on. Why are you so dead set on staying? Dreamer lifts her chin defiantly. Jonesy promised to buy me a beer. You know how I feel about free beer. You're pulling my leg. Jonesy? Ella steps back and sighs. Kid, I've got stories about Jonesy that'll curl your pubes. Assuming you got any. Listen to Ella. She's looking out for your best interests. Broken hearts and regrets leave scars that don't heal for a long time. You should head home. Do what you want, kid. It's your life, your mistakes, your opportunities. See where the night takes you. Always good idea to seize opportunities when you can find them. Do what you want, kid. Ella throws up her hands. Why are you still involved in this conversation?
Anyway, Dreamer,
Oh.
I'm gone. I'd say don't do anything I wouldn't, but you're already way past that point if you're keen on a dickhead like Henry. I'll tell Matt you're drinking her beer.
Oh. Dreamer blows out a heavy sigh. Rough. At least you weren't trying to be my mom. I swear, she's treating me like her little sister. Bloody hell, maybe even her kid. Her real sister would kill her if she tried this crap. Dreamer takes a deep breath, then lets it out through pursed lips. Alright, pub o'clock it is.
You coming?
Spares you a glance. Quest says I have to head to the pub and get my beers on, so guess I gotta do that. Bertrand Russell, eh? This is a dark pub full of a lot of things. The real outback of Australia. Staff only? More like Sally only. What's this? Beer? What's that? Nothing sadder than a dead soldier. Nostalgia puts the good in good old days. A faded article about the Don, including his batting average. Probably be really impressive if anyone knew the rules anymore. Special beer, $2. Merlot, sold out. Peace and love, crossed out. Hope for the future, sold out. Alright. Let's start with Elena. Her entire attention is focused on Jake. You couldn't interrupt if you tried.
Heard you had a bit of trouble with the merc up at Kokeby. I'll swing by later in the week. Make sure Tina's feeling all right about how it all went down.
Well, that's nice of you, Jake. Sally?
What can I get ya?
Her calloused hand.
First drink's free if you promise to buy 3 more.
First drink's free if you promise to buy 3 more. Her calloused hand is knotted around an old rag as she wipes the shining bar top free of spills. She flashes you a quick smile. Does that scheme really work? Scheme? She gives you an amused look. Mate, I'm just laying my terms out. Clear and simple. You want a drink or not? Not in your life, no thanks. Yeah, okay. Is this a binding legal agreement? She stares at you for a second, then bursts out laughing. Oi, Paul, get a load of this one. The patron lets out a sullen grunt, keeps staring into his beer. Sally wipes her eyes as laughter winds down. Thanks, I needed that. Yes, please. Someone's got manners.
Bottoms up.
She pours you beer and slides it in front of you.
Mick's hanging out for a yarn with ya. Just a heads up.
Dreamer. She's talking animatedly, almost knocking over her glass of beer. Jonesy moves it out of harm's way.
Shame you didn't give that punk up in Kokeby a dirt nap. I guess some of us are just made of sterner stuff. Not to worry. I'll head up there tomorrow myself and get Tina sorted out. Quick smart.
Oh, everyone's gonna clean up after me because I didn't murder the guy. Mick is listening to Misty's enthusiastic recount of the day's events with half an ear and keeping tabs on the people in the bar with the other. You gonna buy me a drink? Well, the guy in the cage. I want to let the dead ringer out of his cage. No, I don't. Sally said you want to talk to me? I do, yeah. You ready to sit down and share a few pints? Have a yarn about how today went? He looks at Jonesy, who's drinking his beer and simply raises his eyebrows by way of assent. Yeah, let's do it.
Atta girl.
Jonesy picks up his beer and wanders off to find conversation elsewhere. Misty follows.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
Suddenly you're fixed by Mick's piercing gaze. It's a long enough walk from Kokeby. Hard time to hear about a few of your exploits from Our Lady of No Bullshit. Reckon you'd be interested in my take on things? No thanks, I try to make sure I'm the only person inside my head. Only if I get to reciprocate. Yeah, that. He shrugs. Turnabout's fair play. I'll do you, then you can do me. Crosses his arms and gives you a long, unblinking assessment. You're a bit on the slippery side, I have to say. Not that there's no place in the world for different points of view. I just take issue with the ones that affect me in ways I can't foresee. Cocks his head to the side. You're a hard worker, I give you that. But you're too quick to step in where you should be asking questions first. Misty's a charmer, all right. But she got you good. Getting you to do all that work for her. She's not going to learn that way.
As for that merc up in Kokeby.
He pauses to take a sip of his beer. He shakes his head. Should have made use of that silver tongue of yours when everyone's favorite had you running around bolly doing all of her damn chores. Should have made use of that silver tongue of yours when everyone's favorite had... What does it have to do with the merc? And that's not even getting to what happened at Kai Road. He watches you waiting for your reaction. Say nothing, we're done here. When's it my turn? Heard enough. Go on. You and Mish make a great team. I don't know that I've been able to talk that kid down, but you did. You should be proud. Even if the most you did was keep your pie hole shut, that takes tact too.
Now, your turn.
He fixes you with an intense stare. You're old and you smell like camel dung. I've met mops with more charisma than you. You're pretty rude to the Wakefield guy before. Better hope he doesn't make you regret it. Mick Jones, more like Flick Stones, as in people in glass houses. No one likes you. Sure thing, gut wound.
Where did you hear that name?
His face goes incredibly still.
The sound of hail reaches your ears a moment before Sean bursts into the pub, screams and cloying smoke trailing in his wake.
Get out here! We're under attack! Bloody mongrels! Let's show them what it means to tangle with Brookton.
The growl of his voice carries in the shocked silence. Damn, Sally. Get it, girl.
Let's rock!
He grabs a rifle from the wall and cocks it. Wait until we're drinking in
That's
the bar.
as far as your story goes right now. You've already made your mark on this sunburned land. Deciding for those who couldn't come down on the side of life or death. And keeping your temper with an intemperate mongrel. Despite the many paths in front of us, we can only ever walk our own. What tale will your choices tell at the end of your journey down these broken roads.
Huh. Well then. That's interesting. So, played that demo for close to 3 hours. Obviously, cut a little off the front end. We took a break, so call it 2 hours 45, 2 hours 40, something like that. Fairly long for a demo, all things said. A lot of story exposition and whatnot if you're willing to like chat with all the folks, what have you. I'm surprised they didn't do any combat. They also went out of their way to explain the like bonus thing, like skill checks, where you could use like a bonus point thing, something point, there were something points. I don't remember what the hell they were called, but I didn't see a single time. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't see a single time where there was like a skill check or something that I was close to that I could use it on. And maybe that was just because of the way my alignments were. Maybe if I was more spread out in my alignments, then that would have been the case. But I didn't see anywhere where it looked like that was something you could use. I think it's a very interesting choice to have a demo that long where you spend. I mean, obviously, I avoided combat too, right? Like I probably could have, not a, probably could have, I definitely could have fought the mercenary, right? If I wanted to. Or maybe attacked the kid. But like there weren't any, I assumed that during our journey, as we're traveling from these little villages to villages, that we would have encountered some kind of, some kind of combat, like a random encounter, like like a bunch of wolves or something, right? So that's very interesting that they would have that whole thing and have the only combat be something you can choose to avoid. I mean, that's cool, but it's also kind of weird because I have no idea what the combat system in this game is like. Because we did the like practice shooting at the dummies, but that didn't give me, it gave me a little bit, but not a whole lot. It would have been nicer to have the 3 characters and go against a team of people and see kind of how it feels, especially after they have you build a character and everything. Like you spend the first I spent like 20 minutes building a character in the beginning where you're distributing points and you've got a whole section that's on, there's large sections of it that are based around your ability to attack, whether with a gun or melee or what have you. So it's very interesting that they wouldn't like make sure you see a combat, like throw a random encounter at you or what have you. So it's very interesting. Do you think they intend to make it so you can fully avoid combat for the entirety of the game if you really wanted to? Maybe. Or maybe if it's not fully avoid, I think if nothing else, they're definitely trying to make it so that you can avoid some amount of it. Like what we did with the Merc, I think is probably it looks anyways like that's something that they're probably trying to encourage is if you want to go that route, they'll give you a way to do it. That doesn't mean you'll be successful. But when we got rid of the Merc by telling him to go away, we still got experience for that. So it's feasible from that standpoint. Obviously, we didn't get any of his, I don't know if he would have dropped anything because I don't know how combat works. But it's feasible to think that if we had killed him, that we would have gotten some amount of his equipment or something, because there is equipment. I saw there were helmets and armor and what have you, and weapons, obviously. So, but yeah, no, I mean, maybe. I've heard of a few RPGs that try to let you do that if you roll characters that are charisma heavy. Yeah, which I did. I put some. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't dump everything into charisma, but I did. I definitely upped charisma as one of the things. I tend to play. As you know, I tend to be really into lore and not missing parts of the story and fully exploring things, which is why it takes me so long to play games. Or one of the reasons why. Which means I do tend in RPGs to play charisma heavy characters as a leader. Like even if if they have it's a little bit harder in something like Fallout where you're just you. But I guess in Fallout you still get followers and what have you. But it's easier in a party, right? Like if you're playing a game that has you plus several folks, it's really easy to focus on one thing and have somebody else handle other stuff. And the things that I tend to focus on are for the same reason. I tend to focus on charisma-based characters, and if the party doesn't have it, or if it's something like Fallout where you are the main guy, my secondary behind charisma is usually something that has to do with lockpicking. I hate because I hate missing stuff. And those are the big ones, right? I don't want to miss things. So to make sure I don't miss anything, I make it so that I can pick locks, or there's somebody in my party that can, so I can go into every room and open every crate and whatever. Games like Fallout make that harder because then there's things that need dexterity for opening locks, charisma for opening conversation trees, which I think a lot of times with charisma you get a lot of parts of a story that you maybe wouldn't necessarily get. And then something like Fallout, there's also intelligence where they used for like science checks, right? To get all of the lore in computers and to hack computers to do things. So yeah, so those are the big ones for me. So I mean, maybe it's possible that I have somehow avoided combat that way. I mean, I know I did with the Merc, but maybe there was something else that I missed as well. Not missed, but jumped past. Because my thought would be that if you're going to do a demo like this, any demo, you would want to show multiple parts of the game, and it seems anyways like combat would be a big part of this game. It looks like it, but maybe maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a mostly story-based game where they do the whole thing with the morale system, and then combat is a secondary feature. Could be. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was extremely interesting. I liked the world. I like that we're in Australia. You don't see a ton of games placed there. I selfishly would like more of it voice acted because I really liked the voice acting that there was. And also because I was just basically reading a book to you folks for the last 3 hours. So it's a little bit easier to stream when more of it's voiced, obviously. I've mentioned this before, but I never ever would have streamed Disco Elysium before they did the re-release with everything voiced. I mean, not everything, but most of it. Even with the amount of voicing that they put into Disco Elysium, I was still felt like I was reading a book every time I streamed. It was just I had enough breaks to take water in between conversations or what have you. This is like partially like they do like lines here or there, which was great. No complaints. If they have the budget for it, I hope they do the rest of it because it seems like they got good actors to do it, and I think it adds a lot. So, agreed. Seems like they'd want to give you a taste of that. Oh yeah, I mean you'd think, but again, maybe that was the Merc fight, the guy in Kokioki, whatever, I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the train. So maybe that was there. Like, here you go. If you really would like to see the combat system, just go fight that guy. So I feel that. What the reading? Yeah, I mean, of course you do, because you play a lot of story-heavy games as well. So I'm sure you do with the lore and what have you. Right in the same page. And you're as much of a lore fiend as I am. So yeah, it's a lot of reading, which whatever. I don't mind. I want to make sure that you folks can catch it all. So if you're not staring at the screen to read stuff, that makes it a lot easier. Had me read it, but it's definitely a little bit easier when some of it's voiced. Yep, appreciating the games with lots of voice acting. I know. It's funny because before I started streaming, that never would have been a consideration for me. It's like, that was always a nice to have when I was just playing games. Even now, if I'm playing a game that's not on stream, I'm like, I don't care if it's voice acted. It's cool if it's voice acted. I don't think that's something that draws away from it. But I was never like, oh,
This game's not voice acted. You want me to just read stuff? Nope, not playing it. I was never like that. I mean, I played a lot of like very old school, RPGs, and a lot of like, not a lot, but a fair amount of like, they're like pixel. There's like, it's those really like old school, where it's basically like someone took a visual novel, but then like there's an RPG on top of it. So it's like combat, visual novel, combat, visual novel. And I play that in my spare time. I don't care if it's voiced. 99% of the time, those things aren't voiced. Love those games. Love them. But, yeah, Sam, I absolutely don't mind it off stream. Yeah, not at all. But as soon as I started streaming, I was like, oh man, I sure do love when you voice a game. Not that I don't want to talk to all you fine folks, but it's nice to have a minute to breathe, take a drink of water, and what have you. Real nice. So anyway, so that's Broken Roads. It's kind of this was like G asked me how many days of demos I thought we were doing, and this is exactly why I wasn't sure. Because last time we played 2 games, we played them a little bit long. We were streaming for about 3.5 hours, give or take, maybe a little bit longer, and it was 2 games. So you're talking, an hour and 45 per game, I'd say, give or take, for demos. And this one took the whole 3 hours for the one demo. And I played other demos where you play for half an hour. You get in there and you do the whatever the content wheel is, the content repeat kind of thing. They'll give you a couple cycles of like, hey, this is kind of how it works. This is how the mechanics work. This is the cycle that you repeat. Okay, get a feel for it. Here's a little bit of a world lore. All right, thank you for playing our demo. See you next time. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how many of this we're gonna do. So that being said, so we did demos for 2 days. We did 3 demos. My list of demos, I mean, I've got a bunch, but on my demos that I was thinking of playing next, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 5 left that were on my short list. There's a bunch more beyond that, but there were 5 that were on my short list of like, we should do these soon. So I'm thinking we'll do one more day of demos on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Yes, today's Tuesday. So on Thursday we'll do one more day of demos, and however long those may go, and then that means that we will start proper on Sunday, October 1st, with horror games, spooky games, scary games, Halloween themed games, whatever, some type of those types of games. I think I've gotten away several. I've been streaming for 2 Octobers, and I've gotten away with playing games that are more creepy and eerie or Halloween themed than scary. I don't know how many of those are left that I have. So this might be the first October where we're playing stuff that's actually kind of scary. I'm like looking forward to it, but not. Because the first October we just played Deadwood. That was like the whole month. We played Deadwood from, I think I started streaming the second week of October, or third week of October, and we streamed it until the middle of November. I streamed it for 17 streams or something like that. I think it was 13 actually, because I remember it was like, of course it's 13. Lucky 13. And then last, wait. We must have done, weird, because we did Costume Quest 2. Costume Quest as well, I mean. Because we did Costume Quest 2 last Halloween, or last October, or whatever. What else did I stream? Because that was the thing where I was like, oh. No, I don't have Costume Quest listed here for that first year. So I must have done both Costume... It looks like I did both Costume Quests in last year. So I did Darkwood the first year for October, and then we did the Costume Quest. Looks like I did Costume Quest 1, I don't know, at some point before that. Costume Quest 2 and then Dark. We did Costume Quest 2 and then Dark, which is like a puzzle game that's kind of like eerie. And then we did Ghostmaster, which is not scary at all, but is ghost themed. And then we did Rebuild 3, Gangs of Deadville, which is like zombies. So yeah, so I've gotten away with not doing any truly spooky, scary games. So maybe this Sunday, October 1st, we will start something truly spooky, scary. Unless I can find another thing that's Halloween themed or whatever that's not actually terrifying. We'll see. We'll see what's in my library. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out if you're still kicking around. If you are watching the VODs, well, thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day to spend some time with us on The Broken Roads. And if you'd rather watch us live than in the VODs, I stream most Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, starting right around 9 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully. That's what I shoot for anyways. If you don't want to have to remember any of that, well, the easiest way is to get notifications when we go live. You can do that by hitting that follow button. I like to say that's like becoming a Viking Raider. That's what we call you folks when you follow. And it's like jumping in the longboats with us, grabbing an oar, rowing alongside us as we explore the shores of gaming. I'm going to disappear, but like I said, I will be back on Thursday where we will play some more demos. Hope to see you then. If not, no worries. Either way, I hope you have a good night, good morning, afternoon, evening, good day, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. I hope you have a good existence. No, thank you, Dakaro. Thank you, friend. All right. Bye now, everyone.